Hello, it is me. Hopefully you all can hear me just fine. Sorry if I sound rocky. I haven't said many words today. I hope you all are having a fabulous day. Okay. Hello, everyone. It is me, KingdomAce. To answer your question, yes, I did get it all fixed up. There is so much audio playing in my ears. Why do I hear myself? Is this on? Why do I feel so overstimulated? Okay, that was just really loud, I guess. That was just really loud, I guess. Okay, we're here with more Dragon Age Inquisition. To answer the question, yes, I did get everything fixed. It was pretty frustrating. It was definitely looking like, you know, the SSD that my Windows is on is just failing or something. That's what it was looking like, but it seems like it's got more fight in it than I gave it credit for originally. So we are here. It was kind of scary, you know, because I left off on such a cliffhanger the day before and I was excited to get into more the next day. But I had to take yesterday off of streaming because I'm gonna be honest, for most of the day I just couldn't figure it out. I was trying everything to do the test, but the problem was I couldn't really test anything. You know, everything from Windows Explorer wouldn't open. The settings menu would barely open, and if it did open, it would just freeze right afterwards. It was pretty frustrating. You know, there wasn't much I could really do, and I could barely even go on like my browser because it would either take 10 years to open or just flat out crash. So not too sure why that was happening, but it did. And yeah, it was kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm gonna be honest, if you keep up with tech, you know now is not the time to be needing to buy another SSD or anything, because sheesh, now is not the time to be buying that. That's one of those situations where I would have to, like, I don't know what I would do realistically. I would have to crowdfund it or something, because it's just the prices are just so exorbitant, you know, So it's like, sheesh. I don't know though, because I hadn't been updating Windows at all. But the problem is, like, it'd be weird that it was just me, and I checked it, and it was looking like a hardware issue, not like this is not like this isn't like an outage. It wasn't a Wi-Fi thing or a connectivity thing. It was flat out like, again, if you look onto things like Task Manager and stuff, you can usually see some kind of data in regard to it. Oh, I don't like how laggy that was just then. That kind of scared me. I had a little PTSD from yesterday. but this is the SSD here. It is actually weird that it's at 100% active time with the read. Actually, this is looking scarily like yesterday. Actually, it shouldn't be saying that. I mean, I'm streaming right now, so it should actually have higher. It's kind of going all over the place. But basically, when I turned on my PC, it was looking like this. This makes a little bit more sense if you were actually streaming. Dang, it's going from 1 second. But yeah, it's supposed to be, you know, somewhat moving, but it was doing all this stuff, staying consistently at 100 with very little read and write speeds with fast response time the entire time. As soon as I turned on my computer, you know, that's how I was like, huh, something is definitely wrong here. So something's wrong, because it shouldn't be doing that if I'm not doing anything. Like, I literally just turned on the computer. I hadn't even opened anything yet, and it was like that. Like, and half the time I couldn't even open up Task Manager. So it was like, I have not. It was weird, but thankfully it's fine now. So I am at a strangely high CPU usage though. Usually my streams kind of float around 3% or so, 3.5, and we're at 5%, which is again strangely high, but it's fine. We're okay. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. What's up, Cozy Mochas? So yeah, unfortunately that is what happened, but it's fine. Obviously I didn't play off screen or anything because I had to deal with that yesterday, so I just kind of focused on doing shorts and stuff. So nice. We've been kind of in an indie groove lately on the channel. You know, for those that have been seeing shorts, you know, I've been posting more indie stuff and everything. So if you're into indies, I highly recommend you keep an eye on the shorts tab. I've been making sure I don't notify subscribers for it at least the second time, just because I rather not have people who are kind of here for like the core let's plays and stuff be notified for a bunch of indie games and stuff they're probably never going to play or even care to watch about, you know. So but yeah, if you guys would like to show support on those shorts, you know, that'd mean a lot. But yes, we are in the fade right now. I have no idea how we're supposed to get the freak out of here, but I feel like I can get through anything with Hawk by my side, you know. So if we had the Inquisitor, Hawk, and the hero of Ferelden all by our side, buddy, we could handle anything. We could handle anything. We could handle anything. So I'm going to turn that off, turn that off, that on, put that on. There we go. Sheesh, we're here. Okay. I could have sworn I got that supply cache. I wonder if they refill off when you reload. I'm gonna hit him with one of these.
We'll need to look around.
Hey, none of us got hit. Shadowed Viridian Crystal. I knew there's something here. Candle. Find another fear. Oh, is that what this wants me to do? I came to the Temple of Sacred Ashes with the faithful, ready to help at the conclave. I prayed to the Maker for peace, but the mountains shook and fell and buried me. Alone in the darkness, my legs crushed. I cried in the fear of a world with no Maker, fading in and out of dreams of monsters inside the black. Light my final hours. Let me go to the Maker without the terrors of darkness confounding me. So we got to find multiple of these things. The wolves were our allies in the old days before Andraste, before the Maker, before we knew this to be so. But man grew tired of the chase, the hunt, the truth of fang and steel and blood. Man put seeds in the ground, tended cattle and chickens, and built fences to keep the wolves away. Man bred hounds that would heel and sit and obey, and told himself that the hounds were just as good. Now the darkspawn come again. They break our fences, kill our cattle and chickens, burn our crops. Our dogs cower with tails between their legs, or if they fight, they fall to the poison of the dark darkspawn blood. We are dying, and I am shamed by my cowardice. The ways of man and hound are not enough. I come to you, spirits of the old force. I who built fences, I who came with fire and steel to drive you away. I come to you because fear has made my arms weak. I ask you for unforgiving rage to make them strong again. Kill the hound in my heart and grow strong from the meat on its bone. In its place, give me the wolf. Dang. Sheesh. I wonder if this fade segment will be as long as the Origins one. That joint was so long, a lot of people got a mod. One of the most popular Origins mods is to skip that joint, which is crazy. There we go. There's a chair back there. A book. I once studied the fate as a scholar, dissecting it. As a child might a rat or a frog. I was young and craved the power conquering the fate could bring. I tried in vain to chart its paths, and when that failed, I attempted to secure them. In my arrogance, I struggled against the fate's very nature. How does one pin down a dream? How can one control a thought so that it might travel always the same course from conception to completion? Only when I let go of my desires and humbled myself was the fate open to me. The spirits came and took it upon themselves to be my guides, my lanterns in the darkness. At their command, the paths grew still, and I could walk them again and again. I was shown vast oceans containing not water, but memories, drawn from the mind of dreamers. I drifted through frozen moments like paintings, perfect in each detail. As I explored this impossible realm, the spirits kept darker things at bay. I came to trust them, even love them. I even saw my own love reflected in them. To know the fate, one cannot seek to master it. The fate is the master, the teacher. We are merely apprentices. Dang. I'm liking the lore here so far. Seeing these people come to different kinds of revelations or different reasons of being here. Stumbling, welcoming it. F5, what a time to be alive. Bro, get out of the way. All right, back up. I can't, it's not working. Oh, there we go. Magic +1. Dang, I should have given that. Oh, hold up. Does it go to Solus if I let him do that? I would rather that go to Solus. That did go to Solus, right? It says magic +1. I feel like it doesn't work that way. It goes to him always. Okay. Well, it was worth a shot. Bro, if y'all don't get out of my way, man, dang. All right. I don't think there's anything else around here. There's a candle here, but I can't take this one. Let me place that other candle because I think there's still more, but let me place it anyway. F5, what a time to be alive. Take. Okay. I thought we had to bring 5 candles to this table. No, we did need to put it. There's going to be like 5 separate ones, and we just got to put them there when we see it. Okay. That's easy enough. I'm checking around everywhere, man. I'm not trying to miss nothing. All right. Let's continue on. Took about an hour. That fate segment, that joint took me like 4 hours. But when you're on a first playthrough, you don't. Ooh, by
the Maker.
is that supposed to be?
I greet you, Warden. And you, Champion.
Divine Justinia.
Oh. Hello. Also, Hobbit, thank you for the donation. I didn't even hear it go off. Hello, good morning. Today's trivia tidbit is that on this day 72 years ago, the first volume of Fellowship of the Ring was published. 72 years ago? My opinion, the main reason we have so many fantasy books and games today. Sheesh. Dang, I didn't realize it was that long ago. Sheesh. I don't understand. You're not her. I thought you were dead. I don't understand.
Back at Haven, I thought I saw. How can you be here?
She's not. I fear we face a spirit. Or a demon.
You think my survival impossible, yet here you stand alive in the Fade yourselves. In truth, proving my existence either way would require time we do not have.
Surely you can understand our concerns and explain what you are.
I am here to help you. You do not remember what happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, Inquisitor.
That's right. How did you know my title? Do I have you to blame? That's right.
No, I don't.
The memories you have lost were taken by the demon that serves Corypheus. It is the nightmare you forget upon waking. It feeds off memories of fear and darkness, growing fat upon the terror. The false calling that terrified the Wardens into making such grave mistakes? Its work.
I would gladly avenge the insult this nightmare dealt my brethren.
You will have your chance, brave Warden. This place of darkness is its lair.
Why do they serve Corypheus?
Corypheus seems to have a lot of demons at his disposal. How does he command so many?
I know not how he commands his army of demons. His power may come from the Blight itself, but the nightmare serves willingly. For Corypheus has brought much terror to this world. He was one of the Magisters who unleashed the first Blight upon the world, was he not? Every child's cry as the Archdemon circles. Every dwarf's whimper in the deep roads. The nightmare has fed well.
Can you help us get out of the Fade?
That is why I found you. When you entered the Fade at Heaven, the demon took a part of you. Before you do anything else, you must recover it. These are your memories, Inquisitor.
Oh. Hold on to recover memory.
Why are you doing this? You, of all people.
Did I actually do something wrong?
What's going on here?
I wouldn't say that if I was the one doing something. Huh.
Run while you can! Warn them!
So it was her. She did want me to warn them. Dang, I wish Cassandra was here, man. I didn't know, man. I would have brought her, man. Ah, that sucks that she's not here for this, man. Corypheus.
Why are you doing this? You, of all people.
Keep the sacrifice still.
Someone, help me!
Bro, who's gonna help you against this guy right now, bruh? You were cooked.
What's going on here?
Let's go. The distraction she needed. We all saw that though.
Your mark did not come from Andraste. It came from the orb Corypheus used in his ritual.
Corypheus intended to rip open the veil, use the anchor to enter the Fade, and throw open the doors of the Black City. Not for the old gods, but for himself. When you disrupted his plan, the orb bestowed the anchor upon you instead.
So this is what? An accident? A random ricochet in the middle of a fight?
And if it was?
If it was, then neither the Maker nor Andraste were in any way involved in this.
I didn't really believe it
in
either.
the Maker, then you believe he made this world, and everything in it, including your accident. And if you do not, then nothing has changed. You cannot escape the lair of the nightmare until you regain all that it took from you. You have recovered some of yourself, but now it knows you are here. You must make haste. I will prepare the way ahead.
Dang.
Something troubles you, Hawk.
Those were Grey Wardens holding the Divine in that vision.
That's what I was thinking.
Their actions led to her death.
I assumed he had taken their minds, as you have seen him do before. Come, we can argue after we escape this dark place.
My party members who have nothing to say. My party members who have nothing to say. Oh.
I've never met the Divine. You think that was really her?
We have survived in the Fade physically. Perhaps she did as well.
Nah, I don't think so.
That identifies so strongly with Justinia that it believes it is her. How can we say it is not?
She seems interested in helping us. That much is clear.
And the nightmare? From what she said, I don't look forward to meeting it.
Sounds like it preys on fear. Stealing people's memories. That's low, even for a demon.
Fear is a very old, very strong feeling. It predates love, pride, compassion, every emotion. Save perhaps desire. Be wary. A nightmare will do anything in its power to weaken our resolve.
After what it did to my fellow Wardens, I pray we find some way to strike it down.
Dang, man. That's a pretty hefty revelation, I feel. That's a pretty hefty revelation. You know? I mean, I kind of figured it was going to not end up being, you know, that was Andraste. Now, it could still be Andraste who got us out of there. And that gave me, the orb gave me the power. But who was that figure of light we saw? Because that didn't look like Justinia. At least it didn't to me. Crap. Oh shoot, we have to go back. I forgot. I actually don't have any heals. I never got the lunchbox, I guess. They left a whole Lunchable out here for me and I didn't even take it. I don't think I did. It's still highlighted, see? So I assume it's fine. All I know is that Staff of Hawks is better than what I had her using in the last game. If you know what I mean. Wait, the lunchbox doesn't refill my regeneration potions too? I thought that it did both. But then again, those cost a resource, so I guess it makes sense. Son, by the time you read this, the Darkspawn poison will have claimed me. We gave all at Starkhaven, and we bought time for the wardens to slay the archdemon, but when I smelled the corruption in my wound, I knew I would not live to see you again. Virus would want men to search the battlefield. He sees Starkhaven as rising to greatness, and the weapons of 100 dead Grey Wardens lying unclaimed on the ground will help him conquer the free marches. You must refuse. The battlefield is soaked in poison, and no speech, no bullying, no taunts about cowardice can change that. Anything that roams that battlefield will now die. Stall him however you must, and watch for the crows. Those birds have the good sense to fear the blight. When you see them gather, then you will know that the poison is gone, and it is safe to search the battlefield for trinkets to satisfy Virus. I will not be here to guide you, son, so you must learn from the crows. They watch patiently, and they let their fear keep them alive. Please, I beg you, watch the crows and do the same. Sora. That ain't my Sora. That ain't the Sora I know. No region rolls in the lunchbox. Dang, bro. Wait, I wonder if there was something back here. I didn't actually scan. Nope. What is this?
We have a visitor. Some foolish little boy comes to steal the fear I kindly lifted from his shoulders. You should have thanked me and left your fear where it lay, forgotten. You think that pain will make you stronger. What fool filled your mind with such drivel? The only one who grows stronger from your fears is me. But you are a guest here in my home, so by all means let me return what you have forgotten.
Dang, his voice actor's nuts, bro.
I expected worse.
These are but minor servants of a nightmare.
Pity.
To this thing? It's on the other side. Flowers. So now we can use that to ease them, which I assume is right here. Master unveiled a new altar. It stands higher than a man, like a great statue, and great spikes jet out from its length, hungry for blood. Master calls it the Claw of Dumat, and says the altar will help bring Tevinter to glory. I praised it, as was expected, and Master smiled. It was good to see him smile again. He has been fearful of late, vexed by the loss of followers. He has met with the other priests, and in secret I have heard them discussing ways to return the people of Tevinter to the ways of the old gods, as is only just. He spoke to me later in the day and asked that I call him Corypheus. He spoke to me later in the day and asked that I call him Corypheus, as it was the name he would take for himself after a ritual. Master, now Corypheus, told me that my people, the elves of old, were tied to the Fade, and that in order to carry out the will of Dumat, he would need to call upon the magic that lives in our blood. Corypheus told me to gather all of the elven servants and bring them to the western hall of our home at midnight. That is the hall where the Claw of Dumat is now kept. There are shackles across the top of the great altar and pools lined with runes beneath the claws. I have sent my wife and children away, but have not warned the others. A few I may save. If I tried to save us all, we would only be killed in some other way, and others would die in our place. Master once laughed and joked. He could be stern, but he was not a cruel man. The weakening of the temples brought fear into his heart, and that fear changed him. The cuts upon his arms are deeper and longer where he uses blood magic more often. He speaks to his wife little. He listens only to the voices in his dreams. It is almost midnight. The Claw of Dumat, great and spiked and merciless, is all my mind can see. I must gather the others. My family is safe. Corypheus will take me, but not those I love. Words somehow preserved in blood at the statue's base. Shh. Sheesh, that was a thing. That was a thing. Sheesh. Dang, so hearing about like Corypheus before, you know, he actually like became Corypheus. I watched the blight take my land. I had nowhere to go. I tended the fields, and as I had, even my flock died and my family sickened. My body racked by pain and chills. I saw too late the poison had crept into the land. In my fever dreams, the sickness covered this whole world, and I wept in fear for the family I killed with my foolish pride. Show me that this world survives. Show me that the poison does not take everything. Place flowers. Constitution. I'd love me some permanent bonuses. Dang, man, how are we? What are y'all thoughts on like that memo about, I guess, Corypheus's old apprentice? I thought that was pretty neat. It's nice to be able to explore something. I'm glad Corypheus ended up kind of coming back. Usually I wouldn't like that kind of thing, but I feel like a DLC wasn't enough to truly kind of, you know, show what they could do with this character. So I'm kind of glad he lived. I kind of love how linear this is. Doesn't feel like there's a way to get lost or anything, even when searching around. Dexterity. That's what I'm thinking. Does that mean he really is one of the Magisters from Legend? That joint was like a millennia ago, you know? That's kind of crazy to think about.
Watch out! I don't know what those are, but they're coming our way.
They're spiders, Varric. You should know they had 2 million of them in Kirkwall. Bro, acting like you don't know what a spider is. Buddy, you've killed 2.5 million of them. That was like a long spiraling path. Hawk is with us, yes. I'm glad. This is so much more enjoyable knowing that Hawk's here. The sound that comes out of this place is crazy. Investigate.
I'm not familiar with this.
They think they own us. They think they decide whether we live or die. They sit there smug in their armor, ready to cut off our heads for the slightest transgression. As though we don't strive every day to stay sane, to keep the demons away. They can't control us any longer. I won't go back to the circle. Not ever. I thought about it last night, being back in the tower. Their eyes on me. All of it came down. All of it came back. All the years. Head down. Don't clench your fingers. Be a good mage. Be a quiet mage. And I realized I don't want to make peace with the Templars. I want them to burn. Want it so badly that the bed caught fire and wouldn't go out until Event iced it all over. It's still there inside me. I want them to feel the fear they made me feel. I want them to know what it's like. We're leaving for the Conclave in a few hours. If those do so much as blink the wrong way, I'll let them see what an apostate looks like. Dang. Said, I'll show him what an apostate looks like. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dang, man. I don't like that the investigate thing didn't go away. Rage. Whoa.
Perhaps I should be afraid, facing the most powerful members of the Inquisition. Like Blackwall. There's nothing like a Grey Warden, and you are nothing like a Grey Warden.
I'll show you a warden's strength, beast.
Whoa, did you see it? Did you see my legs just then? W voice acting. I've messed up my words like 200 times. I decided like halfway through, I was like, maybe I should actually like voice act this, but I messed up too many times. I understand the mage fear so much. I understand how angry being abused can make you feel, for sure. For sure. You know, it sucks. Because I go like this a lot. This will keep me from doing that. Oh, I thought those were enemies. I didn't look close enough.
Once again, Hawk is in danger because of you, Varric. You found the red lyrium. You brought Hawk here.
Just keep talking, Smiley.
Smiley. Varric may be the guy who's always joking around and stuff, but, you know... Oh, that's a trap from Varric. But at the end of the day, man, you know, I think Varric's confident in enough, like in himself. And not just that, he's confident enough in his friends to know that they wouldn't blame him for that.
Döth ma Herelan. Mabanal inasalin. Marsolas ina Martin.
Bonal Nadas.
Yeah, you say what you gotta say is banal. How that make you feel? How does that make you feel? Yeah, I'm trying not to use it right now until it seems like a bit bigger. I went to Deventer when I was a child. I remember dragon statues everywhere. Big ones. I shivered as I walked between them, afraid they were going to bite me or breathe fire. My parents hushed me and told me the magisters liked the dragons as a sign of their power. Dragons are beasts, mindless, terrible. The archdemon that comes with each blight is an offense to the Maker. We all know these things, but the magisters don't care. And it is the same with the mages. So much danger, so much power in hands not ready for it. And the mages only wish to celebrate themselves. The magisters are what the mages of Ferelden and Orlais want to be. Our rulers, holding us in terror so that we would wonder if we will bite as we walk among them. I joined the Templars to keep such mages under control. I have killed many since the rebellion. We all saw coming. Now the Divine wishes us to meet them at the Conclave and give them a chance to make peace. I will go. I will smile. But if the dragon statue looks ready to bite, I will strike first. I'm not a child and I will not be afraid. Dang, so we got both sides here, man.
Did you think you mattered, Hawk? Did you think anything you ever did mattered? You couldn't even save your city. How could you expect to strike down a god? Fenris is going to die just like your family, and everyone you ever cared about.
Of course, the fear demon would know where to hurt us most. We must ignore it.
Sheesh. Fenris is going to die. Sheesh. That is crazy. They're really trying to hit you where it hurts, man. They're really trying, man. That's why he's not in this game.
Those were little fields. tiny manifestations spawned from the nightmare itself.
And they take the form of spiders. Something so many fear.
Spiders? That is not what I saw.
Remember, we walk in the Fade. Demons of fear shape their appearance to unnerve each of us.
Wonderful.
Dang. He didn't see spider. That reminds me of Silent Hill 3. If you've ever played Silent Hill 3, I won't spoil the game or anything like that, but I love the idea of kind of like putting characters in a situation to where they have to face their fears. If you've ever seen Silent Hill, it's like a horror game series where the town is somewhat sentient in the sense to where it's essentially trying to drive people to confront their trauma and their horrors and stuff, to persevere through it and come out all right. It just doesn't feel like that because you're constantly having your life on the line within Silent Hill. And in Silent Hill 3, they did the thing where obviously you're fighting all these grotesque monsters and stuff throughout the game, you know, and then she brings it up to the guy in the game. Again, try not to say too much here. I know it's an old game, but still, but like, she's been fighting these monsters and stuff this whole game, and so she just thought it was second nature to reference them as monsters. And then like literally there's no music playing, and then the guy she's talking to says, "They look like monsters to you?" I remember seeing that for the first time. Like my blood ran. Literally thinking about it, I got goosebumps. But like, that is such a horrifying thing. Like, imagine you, like, everybody else is killing these spiders and stuff just there, but to someone, they're not spiders. They're children playing around in the dirt, just like they would outside in the backyard or something, you know? That is such a scary concept, and it says so much about the mental state, you know, or the perspective of a character in that kind of moment. And that's what that did to me just then. Obviously not to say that, because like they weren't trying to apply, you know, Blackwall didn't see just another manner of creature, but like the potential behind that kind of storytelling, like genius, masterclass. You are too young to worry so, my child. Write your worries down here. All your fears are smaller once you have defined them. What if Darkspawn come back? Father said one day he'll die. Darkspawn underground, Darkspawn under our house, Darkspawn coming up from the basement. The sun will die. Black bits on bread could be blight. Getting sick and dying from blight. Grey Warden's coming to make Father go back. Father dying fighting Darkspawn. Dark patch on Father's arm that he hides from Mother. Father says he hears music. Dang. Oh my gosh, bruh. That's so sad. It's basically the starting plot line of DC Injustice series. A Joker drugs Superman with fear talks. Yeah. I remember that, you know, and he ended up making, you know, Superman do that. I won't spoil, obviously, but it made him do that, and it just sent him off the deep end and stuff. As in saying, now I wonder if Blackwall saw what I think he did. I don't know what he might have seen, but it's a very interesting concept. It's also kind of like in Silent Hill 2, we all see monsters and stuff, and then it seems so creepy that we see this little girl around here and she's not being attacked by monsters or anything. How was she able to travel throughout Silent Hill and everything without getting freaking ravaged by these monsters? You know, and that's because she doesn't have any trauma. She's not a troubled individual. She's just a regular, normal little girl. And so she didn't see monsters like everybody else. Her life wasn't in danger, you know, and it's such a neat way to do it. Again, play Silent Hill, man. I know not everybody's into horror games or anything like that, but like Silent Hill cares more about its story than I feel like trying to scare you. You know, it loves to do things like that, like I explained a lot to you, and I just feel like it's definitely one of those things. I get what you mean. That part of this section interests me because I wonder what everyone's seeing. For sure, there's a lot you can do there. Like like almost like, dude, if they wanted to, they could make a little mini story, maybe like a 50-page book or something like that, about like what each of like the characters in this, like that could be with you here, what all of your party members, including Stroud and Hawk, what they saw these monsters as and stuff. Like that being a neat little short story.
The nightmare is closer now. It knows you seek escape.
Italian sea pineapple, I'll beat this in a second. You might be right.
There is not much time, Inquisitor.
Do you remember what happened?
You must know what really happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
As must you. The answer lies in your memories, lost to the nightmare when you last walked the Fade.
Or you could just tell me.
Would you trust my words? Trust what you have seen.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Later, then.
I didn't try to do that. Crap. She's not. Crap. I should have said all I could then. Now she's not talking to me. Crap. Okay. I don't even have my weapon on or anything. All right. Well, guess you're just gonna fight then. Doesn't have it. Oh, don't kill me, please. Oh. Oh, these are my memories. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Hold up. Lots to see, lots to get here. Cover memory. Wait, after the fight but before we're claiming memories. A lot of notes and stuff. Nope, not working. Crap. It was fine, but when I brought out my weapon to attack on accident, I didn't mean to bring out my weapon. Whatever, it's fine. That sucks.
Go.
That's it?
Ah!
That's it?
Keep running!
That wasn't the sprint mod though. I didn't even sprint. I clicked the button like this. I was trying to, because I put my thing on screen to click the option, but when you click, you know, even from there, it still brings out your weapon. See, that's what happened. It definitely wasn't the sprint mod. I didn't mean to attack. I just brought my cursor on screen so I can pick an option, but because I guess I didn't pick, I was not close enough, I ended up attacking instead, and then after I did that, I couldn't do it. I try to keep the thing off screen, you know, like this, but you know, when you're picking dialogue options in this way, if it's not a cutscene and it just pops up on screen, I have to actually put my cursor on there to actually click it, or else it won't work. Like on controller, you have to click like L3 or R3 or something like that, you know, to activate you controlling the wheel and stuff. Oh.
This is the breach back in Haven. That's how I escaped.
Oh, so it was her?
The demon!
Keep running!
So she might actually be alive.
Go.
No! Wait, but she didn't get taken by them though, did she? Did she just fall? It looked like she got freaking summoned or like freaking plucked out of there. All right, Chris, have a good one. She is the real one.
They thought it was Andraste sending me from the Fade. It was the Divine behind me. And then you. She died.
She died saving me.
Yes.
So this creature is simply a spirit.
I think we all knew that was the case, Warden.
I am sorry if I disappoint you.
That's what people saw behind me, I think. Are you her soul? Did you watch her? Are you her memory?
Are you a memory of the Divine? A reflection?
If that is the story you wish to tell, it is not a bad one.
What we do know is that the mortal divine perished at the temple, thanks to the Grey Wardens.
As I said, the Grey Wardens responsible for that crime were under the control of Corypheus. We can discuss this further once we return to Adamant.
Yes, Adamant, where the Inquisition faces an army of demons raised by the Wardens.
How dare you judge us? You tore Kirkwall apart and started the Mage Rebellion.
To protect
Dang.
innocent mages, not madmen drunk on blood magic. Even without the influence of Corypheus, the Wardens go too far. They need to be checked.
Agreed. The Wardens may once have served a greater good, but they are far too dangerous now.
What are you saying? You want to get rid of the Wardens?
I don't agree with
Everyone
that.
makes mistakes. They would have died to save us.
I don't know what to tell you. There are a few good ones, but an awful lot of the Wardens I've known went crazy.
I don't agree. Strahd is right. Hawk is right. Make her both of you stop. Now is not the time. Now is not the time.
This debate can wait until we're out of danger.
Inquisitor.
Oh, great. My favorite.
The nightmare has found us.
Dang. She got Thanos snapped.
Form up!
I'm with you.
All right, Hawk, you're with me. We can do this. What about the big one? Hate the sound they make.
Come, real or not, the Divine is the key to escaping from the Fade.
Okay, where am I? Got a few things to do around here before we leave. Wait, is this not the same area?
Warden Strahd, how must it feel to devote your whole life to the Wardens, only to watch them fall? Or worse, to know that you were responsible for their destruction. When the next blight comes, will they curse your name?
With the Maker's blessing, we will end this wretched beast.
Lunette, the breach is sealed and the war between the Templars and Mages is finally over. All our fear and terror is finally ending as order returns to this world. I wish you could see the people celebrating at Haven. It's everything you would have wanted when you left for the Conclave. I will make your sacrifice a worthy one. What we do here with this fledgling Inquisition will shape all of Thedas. I will make you proud. Your flame will burn forever as a beacon of hope. Something is happening. The ground is shaking and the soldiers are running to the gates. Rest well at the Maker's side, my daughter. I will sing your memory again soon. Melanie? There was something else, I think, over here. The door's open. Mother said to run. She said the Darkspawn were coming. She wanted me to go. The door's open. It was closed when I left. She said she would be right behind me. She said not to come back no matter what. The lamps are lit all over the village, even during the day. To see through the smoke, Mother would be here by now. But the door is open. I'm going to look inside. Dang. Dang, man. I think it shows a good way to show the horror, you know, of this. The Grey Warden. I joined the Wardens to serve in glory. No blade could touch me, nor any claw pierce my armor. Still, I was fated by joining to die, alone in the deep roads. The calling in my mind, I sat at the last campfire I would see, allowing myself one last night of terror, and cursed the fate that had brought me here. Let it be by my choice to have served and died. Let it be nobility rather than the dread hand of fate. Destroy my destiny, and let this be my decision. Dang. Wait, but we don't get to calm him down. Is there something ahead or something? Fade. Fears of the Dreamers. Set active. Yeah, I think it's ahead. You have to go back? Where? I read the note. What else was there? There can't be anything else back this way. The door was left open. I'm wondering if the content of the note make it easier to understand. Yeah, I mean, I was going to go forward. Oh, is it this? Is that why it was here? No. It is weird. That one never went away. It's the only one that didn't go away. I was gonna go ahead, but someone said to go backwards. Huh. Wait, I was wrong. Okay. Yeah, I figured it was ahead because when I put on the thing, it said it was ahead. I think you have to go forward, and then whatever you grab, you go back to that thing. That makes the most sense. Appreciate a sprint mod, though. Hobbit, there's a theme of factions rising, growing too big, and corruption in Dragon Age. To enter the Templars, the Wardens, etc. Power corrupting, wills crumbling. Yeah, and I really like it. I think it's neat because it makes you really wonder who to side with, or even if it's worth picking a side at all. You know, because realistically, it just feels like, dang it, bro, everybody sucks. Whoa, what are you doing? I gotta say the monster designs in this game are pretty good. I think this game has better and worse monster designs. I feel like some of the returning enemies, oh, is it right here? Tarot card. Place tarot card. Take. Strength. Nice. But yeah, I feel like the monster design in this game is better and worse. I feel like some of the returning ones just look worse or more generic, but a lot of the newer ones are just awesome. You know, some of the better in the series. So overall, it's all coming up good to me. Yeah, the Darkspawn's best look was in Origins. It was, honestly. like when I think of Darkspawn, I still think of Origins. Like if you were to tell me to like show you a picture of what Darkspawn looked like in Dragon Age 2 in this game, I honestly wouldn't be able to tell you. I honestly wouldn't. I think it's because they have a lesser presence, including in cutscenes and stuff. So we are here, we have waited, we have slept, we are sundered, we are crippled, we are polluted, we endure, we wait, we have found the dreams again, we will awaken. Sheesh. Whoa.
Do you think you can fight me? I am your every fear come to life. I am the veiled hand of Corypheus himself. The demon army you fear, I command it. They are bound all through me.
Ah, so if we banish you, we banish the demons. Thank you. Every fear come to life.
Dang, she ain't like, he ain't like that. Hey man, that's you trying to be all cool. You end up just giving away like your weakness. Yeah, we're in the fave. What's up, Manson? Wait, but if that's this isn't the end, right? I hope it's not the end, because I mean, we looked everywhere. I mean, I guess there's like a little corner there, but no. Okay, this isn't the end. Okay, I'm about to say, like, hold up, there's still 2 more we haven't found. Whoa, they're not attacking us. That's weird. Don't want to touch it. I don't want it to cause something to happen. Oh, she was trapped. I thought she was just making a portal for us or something. Look like she got freed just then. This probably isn't the right way. So let's go this way. Can I get a lunchbox, by the way? Like, it's been a little bit since I had a Lunchable, man. Been a little bit since I had a Lunchable. You ever like bring your lunch to school when you're a kid and your mama packed a Lunchable? It's like, dang, bro, like this is it. Like I'm him today. Honestly, they're gonna be looking at me like, dang, he got a Lunchable. I'm over here with cardboard pizza from the cafeteria. Yeah, bro, I'm him. I got the Lunchable, bro. Just don't talk to me about the pizza Lunchables. Them joints is terrible. What's in the Mountain Man's Lunchables? That's actually a good question. That's actually a good question. He enjoyed Lunchables so much as a kid that when he became a mountain man, he had to go and make his own Lunchables. Probably some roasted duck as the meat that he put into some nice fine slices, you know. Probably some cheese that he made himself with the I guess goat cheese would probably make more sense if he's a mountain man. You know, some goat cheese there, and bread he made by hand himself in there. Makes more sense. I guess granola and stuff makes sense, but if he's a mountain man, are you finding granola just out in the wild like that? Berries and stuff make sense. Instead of obviously having like a chocolate or something on the side, berries make sense that he has right there. Oh, jerky and goat cheese actually. Oh, you're right. I was thinking roasted duck, but nah, jerky makes more sense. But maybe there's different kinds. Maybe some days he has roasted duck in his, and other he has jerky. Maybe that too makes sense. Wild granola, you're right. I won the school jackpot homeschooling and my mom was an amazing cook. That's kind of awesome. I wasn't homeschooled, but my mom like taught me a lot of stuff and stuff before I went to school. So when I ended up going to school, I ended up just being kind of ahead. So I wasn't as ahead as my brothers. Like they were kind of like 2 years ahead, to where like they were taking all like classes that were 2 years ahead of where they were at, you know? So that was pretty cool. But I was only 1 year. So maybe just as trail mix. Maybe you're right. Maybe someone door dashes him some trail mix or something, or maybe he manually makes his own trail mix. I like to think that. In the country, we never had a lunchbox for school. We wanted anything to eat, we had to buy school in the store. It's mostly like that throughout America, I'd say. The average person just has to buy their lunch at the school, like cafeteria store or something. Now, if you're in a the schools like have a thing to where if you're in a lower income household, like under a certain amount of money in the household, that you can qualify for free lunch. As long as they have you on file, then yeah, I mean, a lot of the free lunch they have at the cafeteria is kind of slop, but a lot of people had that, because I mean, America was just kind of low income for a long time, to where the average kid probably did get the lunch from there. So it does depend on the state though, but most people I've heard, it was like that. In high school though, it's just mostly like that. Like, even if you could qualify for the school lunch, some people just would rather spend the $2 or $3 buying something else. My school was kind of neat with it. Like, after my freshman year, like sophomore year and onwards, they just started investing more in the food, and like you could just it was like Subway, but like with just a bunch more stuff. Like, they would let you, like, if you had a burrito, like this serious big back energy I'm about to talk about, so like don't quote me on this. I'm not saying this was me, I'm just saying this was a thing. Don't ask me how I know. I went to the school. It certainly wasn't because of me, and I'm not overly defending myself right now, but like you could have like a burrito. Let's just imagine like the flat burrito tortilla, and then you could put like chicken tenders, ground beef, like freaking melted cheese. You can just put whatever you freaking want. You just point to it, tell them to put it in, and they'll wrap it up, and you just have a super fat burrito. My friend, he would do that every freaking day with a side of nachos too. I don't know how he wasn't as big as a house, bro, but probably because he did wrestling. But yeah, the school lunch at 10th grade onward was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy. I love to see that. Gave everybody lunch. You'd love to see that. I'm from country Georgia. Wow, I didn't realize there was a country named Georgia. I've been to Georgia, the state. Oh, here he comes. This is why I wanted to keep my focus for a bit. And we got two of them to deal with. It feels like we're in the fade, that's for sure. One's down. I love how he does that. That was easy. Where he gets like the thing and smash it into his chest. That's so cool, man. Nug. Find another fear. The child. Haven is burned. Mama cries when I'm not looking. It's cold in the mountains and my feet hurt. But Mama says hush, that others have it worse. She says a monster named Corypheus came to Haven, and it was only the Maker's blessing that let us escape. I don't feel blessed. The monsters come every night when I sleep, and I don't want to wake Mama crying again. I don't want to wake Mama crying again. I miss Sir Snort. Sir Snort always kept the monsters away in my dreams. There you go. There's Sir Snort. I made the expected offerings this morning, but the gods remained silent. The priests are frightened. All of Tevinter is frightened. Our gods have led our people for centuries. Now they've gone still. Are we alone here in this world? No better than the savages to the south who beg for guidance from spirits. And what of the strange creatures who come from underground? Like our friends, the dwarves. These spawn of the darkness and the plague they carry. Why do our gods not protect us from this? Now the ground shakes. The statue cuts my hand as I fall against it. A great roar sounds. It is massive, shaking the temple market, and I see the silhouette cut the sky. It is a dragon. No, it is Dumat. I have made the offering so many times. His form is as familiar as my own hand. He has returned in glory to destroy these darkspawn that threaten us, to lead Tevinter back to an age of glory and wonder. But no, his scales are sickly and mottled, his form twisted and corrupt, like the darkspawn themselves. He opens this great maw, and fire billows forth, igniting the market. The flames rush towards me. What did we do wrong? Dang, man. They got you feeling kind of for everybody here, man. They got you feeling kind of for everybody. Sir Short is Varric. Dang, you gonna disrespect my boy like that? Spider, miss me.
Done and done.
I was like, we're kind of getting through this, but we also have 2 more party members that are fighting, you know, that I just don't see. Guess it'll come back around. F5, what a time to be alive. Y'all just bullying these spiders? It's impossible to bully a spider because most spiders deserve it. Though I do understand their importance.
Look!
I don't always kill a spider when I see it because they serve a purpose. Dang, why did it kill? Good, didn't teleport. Oh crap, big boy. Take care of this guy first. You gotta take care of him first. Where'd he go? Use it. You gotta go, man. Oh, nice job, guys. See ya. As well as I'm playing this, you missed the fear. Where? Up the staircase? Really, I didn't think I missed it again. Dang, how many more are we gonna find? Dead. Okay, I think that was all of them this time. Ah, okay. Okay. So I took the higher path, which had one thing, but now I need to take the lower path. I mean, there was a fear up here too, though. I'm so glad I have the sprint mod. I don't care what inconveniences or little minor bugs it might cause. I'm never playing this game without it. I'm sorry to tell you.
Float whenever they feel like it here. Wonder what's up there. Or maybe it's best we never find out.
It is simple to say that the laws of nature do not apply in the Fade, but while traveling in the Fade is often confusing for mages, it is rarely so chaotic as to defy description. In fact, while the placement of items may seem random, those items usually operate as we would expect them to in the real world. A book opens to show pages, although pages may be blank or lined with gibberish. A pen and inkwell let a user write, though the pen may write on its own and the inkwell never runs dry. Those items that float usually hover at the relative height where they would have sat had the objects meant to support them existed. Candles suspended in the air as though held by a phantom candlestick, for example. Why are the laws of the maker bent but not fully broken? Why does a book not turn into a dragon or a statue explode into countless shards of energy? The answer, I believe, lies in the fact that the items we see in the Fade were most often made by the hands of men. A statue is a created thing. The mortal hands that shaped it gave it purpose, and it knows what it's meant to do. The object that's strained against the laws of nature are ironically those that are more natural themselves. Great stones, for example, hang in the sky. No hand has ever touched them. No mortal mind shaped them to purpose. I suspect, though we may never know, that if dwarves dreamt and shaped the Fade with their own perceptions, the rocks would not float. That's actually an interesting question. I don't think I might have seen it. I think they brought it up that it was nearby, actually. Understandable. That sounds fun. Facing the wrath of the first blight is a horrifying thought. The blight in Origins lasted less than a year. The first was nearly a century. Yeah, you're right. We were just that goated. We were just that goated in Origins. Also, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Thank you. Ooh, like xenomorphs, man. Those guys go. That's it. No, there's another one. I just remembered again what this is. It's the tether point for Varric, where he can jump back out of trouble. F5, what a time to be alive. I did not think we'd be having Hawk with us throughout this game.
Hard to outrun anything in this swamp.
It's unclear whether the water here is a manifestation of the Fade or physical water that has poured in through one of the rifts somehow, possibly the rift in Crestwood. That would be interesting if that's where all like the water came from. I thought water might already exist in the Fade. I feel like I gotta check every nook and cranny. The bunnies outside my window. There's a ton of them around my house. They're everywhere. This was not a place of honor. Here came beasts from the north carrying a poison called the Blight that killed many warriors and sickened the land, and even their blood could kill. We feared them, and it was right. We were strong, but they still came to feed upon our screams. Though these stones hold the screams of Alamari. Wherever the spawn of the darkness have come, these stones were raised so the beast might take their bounty of fear and depart. If they did not, every man would put his screams into the stone until none were left inside him. Then he would light the fire to burn the screams away and take up sword and shield to fight again until death came. Ooh. A lot of reading. When all the men were dead, the woman did the same, whether it was the tradition of the tribe or not. And the children, even if all they had were fire pit sticks, remember our warning. Give the stone your screams. Burn them so that they cannot master you and fight. Dang. That's like how like the runes are like that. I see him. Papers. I found myself on a plateau of swirling smoke and mist. I could not see my feet, or perhaps I had no feet in that place. Each step was treacherous. I had to believe there was a ground. If I didn't, there wouldn't be, and I would fall into nothingness. I was protected only by my will and my magic. The demon they made me face took the shape of a great cat. Oh, this is the harrowing. And as we battled, it spoke in my mind. It told me that I would eventually stumble, and then it would pounce. It even talked to me of the Templars beyond the veil, standing over my paralyzed body, their swords pointed at my heart, waiting for the moment of my failure. All it would take was a splinter of fear, a seed of doubt, and I would be unmade. The demon would devour my mind, and the Templars would destroy what was left of me. This was my harrowing. They forced this upon all mages and call it good, but it is neither good nor right. It is evil and unjust. Dang. Run, Kinlock, hold, stern. Yeah, and you have to do the harrowing yourself if you play a mage in Origins. When the Darkspawn were new, when the Magisters had just brought them to our world with their sin, I was among the first to call myself a Grey Warden and swear to end the blight that threatened our world. We had seen the Archdemon die from mortal blows, only to rise again from the body of one of its servants. It could not die. I searched in vain for some way to kill the beast and save my world. I slept in fear with no solution, knowing only that the blight the Magisters had brought would destroy everything because I could not save it. Show me what must be done to slay the Archdemon. Show me what I need to save my world. Dang, to see a note from one of the first Grey Wardens is neat. Dang, I wish I could control Hawk, man. I'm sure there's a mod for it. Oh! Dang, what am I wearing under there? Why does it look like that? Get up, big man. Get up. Get up. Well, let's throw the Inquisitors down. Yep. That's it. It's unfortunately it. Blackwall himself. Or maybe you have to investigate it as Blackwall. No? Vial of Darkspawn blood. Cassandra helplessness. Dang, I wish we can read like a little excerpt about these. Man, I wish you could. I wish you could. So we have Solus dying alone. Oh, is this their biggest fears or something? Or their biggest struggles? Dying alone, despair, Sarah the nothing, Dorian temptation, Blackwall himself. Or maybe it's the thing that they hate the most. Thing they hate the most. Their biggest fear or thing they hate the most. Dying alone, despair, himself. Varric became his parents. Iron Bull madness. Vivian irrelevance. Cassandra helplessness. So that's dying alone. I can't see some of them because everybody's in the way. I need everybody out. Everybody out. And now you all stop right here. No, Stop right here. Oh, those two follow me no matter what. Okay. I can't see certain ones. Vivian, Iron Bull. Maybe it's party members I don't have. Blackwall, Cole. Like, who is this one in the front? Dorian Temptation, Cassandra the Helplessness. This one doesn't really have one. Okay. All right, squad. Time to hero up. Need you guys to come back now. How do I get you guys to not stop there now? Come on. Come on. What are you guys doing? Come on. Okay. I think we're all good now, right? Yep. Okay, so we still... Oh, place file. There. Cunning. Retrieve the Dreamer's Reward. Let's make sure we get that one. Set active. So where is that? I guess it's up here. I think I do have to go up for that. Got him. Got him. Hey, just got off of Final Fantasy 12. Yo, I hope you're enjoying it. Again, I'm super excited to play that game for the channel, man. I'm super excited for that one. Again, because there's just so few Final Fantasies I haven't played. The idea of getting so close to the end has me kind of sad, you know, a little bit. But like at the same time, the fact that there's still a couple more adventures to go on, you know, like it's just a nice feeling, you know. So I want to share Final Fantasy 12 with you guys, especially since, you know, as Dragon Age fans, it's probably the easiest way to get you into Final Fantasy, you know. It's got more of a dark fantasy kind of vibe. Dark fantasy meets kind of sci-fi, I guess, in some capacity. The combat's similar, except there's just way more jobs for you to choose from and stuff, instead of just like the normal Dragon Age 3 of them. Hey, yo, hey, hit the like button. If y'all are enjoying this, hit the like button. It lets me know that you guys want to see more of this. Also, to let you know too, we will be streaming tomorrow. We're going to be streaming tomorrow. The goal is to stream tomorrow. And I think we have, and actually it'll be next week. I think it has to be next week. Next week we'll be starting a stream playthrough of Halo. The game is pretty short, but like I said before, Xbox was kind enough to provide me a code for the game. They actually gave it to me a bit before release. I just kind of thought my first playthrough with Halo probably should be with friends, you know, kind of like what we did for Stranger of Paradise when we streamed through that. But I just feel like, yeah, I mean, a lot of people have that kind of memory with Halo, and I kind of want to have a memory with it in a similar vein as what other people did. So yeah, I think it'll be fun, and people really like the story of Halo and stuff. So I feel like I want to see what all the hubbub is about. I know it's not an RPG like Dragon Age and stuff like that, but oh dang, they only gave us 4. Dang, that's it. But yeah, I mean, RPGs are my favorite genre, of course. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But shooters are my second favorite genre, for those that don't know that. So it's like, I want to be able to cover that kind of thing too. Yeah, I think it's called Campaign Evolved. I already have it downloaded and everything. Yeah, I'm at the Here Lies the Abyss. Like getting a sword or getting that. I mean, whatever you think you'll put more time into.
You must
long.
get through the rift, Inquisitor. Get through, and then slam it closed with all your strength. That will banish the army of demons and exile this cursed creature to the farthest reaches of the Fade.
What did I even get from that? I honestly couldn't really tell. We got a lot of nonsense I see though. A lot of nonsense. Bow of cleansing fire. Dwarven axe. Some armor. A Vitar that I can't wear. Oh, level 15. Crit chance is kind of nice though. Guard penetration. Amulet of power. Black wall only. Block and slash ring. Dang, lots of accessories actually. Lots of accessories. Cleansing rune. Red Templars and Darkspawn on each hint. I'm gonna make a hard save right here. Let's keep going. Oh hey, they give us more Lunchables. There, now we have the full Lunchable.
The rift! We're almost there!
Great, Hawk. Why not just dare the old gods to try and stop you?
Oh my goodness. Am I gonna be in a cutscene? I'm in a cutscene. Oh, what am I looking at? What is that?
Good. Please tell Liliana. I am sorry. I fell for you too.
Dang. Okay, Jean Grey. Oh. Hold up. The ascent of the nightmare.
On your fear.
To be honest.
I fought worse.
Dang, I should have used it after he got I should have used it after the thing because I kind of wasted it. Oh, he can be pulled too.
You are nothing.
Where is he hiding at? He's back that way. As long as he's not getting his crap back, we should be fine. Hawk. How many of you got Hawk? Dang. Ugh.
You can't
Sorry to interrupt.
stand the gate. Me.
Come on.
You will die in agony.
Go, go. Got him. No, no. Yes. Good. You are nothing. As he proceeded to hide, you're right. Whoa. I am the storm that is approaching.
Go. I'll cover you.
No.
No, you were right. The Grey Wardens caused this. A warden must...
A warden must help them rebuild. That's your job. Corypheus is mine.
Shroud stays, Hawk stays. Hawk will likely die to cover your escape. Oh my gosh. No, I don't want Hawk to die. No. I'll be honest, man. Shroud can go, man. Hey, look, man. You're a nice guy. I'm sure he tips well. You know, I'm sure when he goes out, he always tips, and it's always nice. But you guys, you must be out your mind if you think I'm gonna sacrifice Hawk for a Stroud who I didn't even remember existed. You know, like, yeah, I appreciate what you did for my brother, you know, in Dragon Age 2, but let's be real with ourselves here. He was a cool dude, but like, Hawk is more dramatic. Yeah, for sure. Narratively, Hawk dying here is peak writing. To finish what she couldn't really do last time, like at the end of the DLC of the last game. If it was between Hawk and Alistair, I would be crushed. I'd be crushed. Logan also would have had to get bent, bro. I'm sorry. Now just if it was Alistair instead. Yeah, I'm sure like in the playthrough, some people are probably kind of like miffed that it's not Alistair. You know, that's a my bad, man. I don't know how you can even get Alistair here. I guess if he didn't become king. Inquisitor? He's just thinking, man. He's just thinking. Oh, this is easy choice for you. If Alistair was here, and also that were your romance and origins, and then there's Hawk. Ooh, man. Child just isn't it. Like, see, this is a dude that's like, you're a cool dude, but like, who are you? You know? Like, that's like y'all were trying to, what y'all were saying about Sebastian in the last game, that's how I feel about Stroud. Shroud stays, Hawk stays. Stroud will likely die to cover your escapes. She's keep writing, join the suffering. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not killing off Hawk. I'm sorry. Look at this. I know for the sake of the stream, sometimes you have to make decisions that make a better viewing thing. You know, I understand. You know, I do understand, truly. I played Cyberpunk like that, and I enjoyed that. Sometimes I didn't always do what I thought was right. I tried to think in universe what V would do, you know, and what made a better story to tell, you know, and that was really fun. But I'm gonna be honest, I ain't doing that for Hawk, man. I would actually, I would actually be willing to, if my hero from the first game was here, I would actually be willing to let him die, because he's done so much already. He's had such a hard life, you know, and everything he sacrificed to still be with Morrigan, you know, which I assume he's not even with right now because she's doing some other things, I guess. But I would be willing to let my, if it was between Hawk and my hero Ferelden, I would be willing to let my hero Ferelden go, because Morrigan will be okay without me. Fenris losing Hawk would shatter him to his core, you know? That's what I was thinking. Inquisitor? As long as Logan is at Alex or can be here. Interesting. Wait, but yeah, because Alistair, Logan is dead for me. No, her saying her last. Sorry, Fenris. No, no, dude. I wish I could do both, man. I wish I could see both, but I don't know if I want to redo the boss fight again just to see it. Should we do both? I'm gonna make a poll. I'm gonna make a poll. Should we do both? If not, it's okay to not do both, because again, you'd have to watch me do the whole final the boss thing again. Should we, hold up, I'm making a poll. Should, I can only do it on here, I'm sorry. Should we do both? Yes. Nah, let's move on. Dang, I keep hitting caps lock. Let's move on. Start poll. That way even my lurkers can participate. Go ahead and click someone on there. Do you even have a Guam? What the freak is a Guam? What is that? Save it for a replay. Okay, most people are saying let's move on. That's okay. Yeah. I mean, that's like his best friend, man. Losing Hawk would just hurt so much. Like, real talk though. Yeah, like that's what I was talking about. Morgan's will be okay without me. She was willing to be a single mother, even like since the first game. You know, so if the hero Ferelden did die in a blaze of glory like this, she would be okay, and so would, I guess, like their kid. You know, the Wardens have no one to lead them though. Yeah, and Stroud might be a better option, but like I think Blackwall or Carver would be a decent option if we had to pick someone we know. Gross words a minute, basically how fast you can type. I was just giving you hard because you kept hitting caps lock. Yeah, so I have this. Okay, it's a little dusty, just ignore that. But like I have this this keyboard, and it's like a gamer keyboard, but if you notice, there's like you don't see the things. Ignore the dust, bro. All right, I'm not a dirty guy. It's a little dusty, bro. I'm sorry. My room gathers dust a lot. See how it doesn't have the letters on it? The letters are there technically, they're just on the underside, but it does get a little frustrating. It's just the keys are so small on this keyboard and they're all so compact. This is like a 90% keyboard, I think they call it. I'm used to 100% keyboard, and because everything is slightly shifted, I just never fully got used to it. So I make so many more typos than I used to. Yeah, it is a little weird. I'm not gonna replace it though, because it is really good though. That was old Morgan though. It's been 10 years. Dang, my kid is like 10 years old now. Dang. Hawk would do this though. Hawk 100% would sacrifice herself for this. Hawk is not as skilled as a warden. I don't know. Like, she beat Corypheus once. Story-wise, Hawk here makes so much sense. Y'all just not ready to make sacrifices for good story. Yes, I agree with you. I'm not denying it at all. I even said sacrificing Hawk here makes so much more sense, and it is better writing. It's better writing, but you got to be out your mind if I'm gonna sacrifice a character I love for a character I don't even know, bro. Why? I'm not doing that. Like, okay, if it was Alistair and Hawk, I would pick Hawk, because at that point, Alistair dying, you know, it would suck because I love Alistair, but like, he's got Honora to be queen, you know, like Ferelden will be okay if Alistair goes out, you know, but Hawk dying, it's like that's personal, you know. Hawk makes more sense in that scenario. I actually agree with you. I agree that leaving, I think most people agree that leaving Hawk to die, it is the better writing thing to do. I think most people agree about that. It's just they don't care. Like me, I don't care if it's the better thing. I don't want Hawk to live, and that's what makes me human, you know? Because if you could choose, if only one person can live, someone you love and someone you don't know well, most people, 99% of people, will try to save the person they love. That's just how humanity works. You would sacrifice Alistair a third time? What's the third time? I mean, yeah, sure, I didn't care about his wishes and I made him marry someone he didn't love and become king when he didn't want to either. But to be fair, sometimes you gotta, I hate to use that phrase, but sometimes you gotta man up and do what you gotta do, you know? Honora womaned up to do what she needed to do, and freaking Alistair did it too. And hey, Alistair doesn't seem to hate it so bad anymore. He seems used to it now. Yeah, and it says likely will die. That doesn't necessarily mean they will die. I'm just a soulless man, so I wish he's the most painful thing. I have no idea what that means. Alistair's fighting the fifth blight just to face a sacrifice again. Well, I mean, to be fair, he was going to die young anyway because he's a warden, and they have a limited lifespan after that. Or 2 times did your playthrough? Alistair's dying anyway because of the warden. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he would be, realistically, it just makes more sense. You know, Shroud the same way. He's been a Grey Warden for a long time. He will die before Hawk. If we were both just living out on a prairie, Shroud will die before Hawk. Not only is he older, but he also is already tainted, you know, by the blight because of, you know, being a Grey Warden. He will die first. And again, let's not act like there's no one that can help the Grey Wardens rebuild. You know, we have Blackwall here. He's a Grey Warden who's a great example, who tried to stand against, you know, the traitors, you know. Yeah, he still would have like another 20 years, but still. If it was Loghain and Hawk, I would kill off Loghain without even thinking about it. We wouldn't even be sitting here talking about it. He'd be gone already, bro. He'd be gone. Let's go ahead and do this, bro. Shroud stays.
Shroud. Inquisitor, it has been an honor.
Varric wouldn't forgive me.
For the Warden!
Bro, just run, bro. Oh, he's cooked. I saw him. Yeah, I saw him die. I saw him die. Goodbye, man. I barely know. Blackwall, my absolute brother, for sure, bro. Look at this. Blackwall's gonna do what he's gonna finish what you started, bro. He's gonna make up for things. Nah. Wait, where's my friends? Did they come out? We ain't closed the door.
She was right. Without the nightmare to control them, the mages are free and Corypheus loses his demon army. Though as far as they're all concerned, the Inquisitor broke the spell with the blessing of the Maker.
What matters is we succeeded.
They came out of this alive. As far as I'm concerned, they can tell whatever stories they like.
I suppose you're right.
Inquisitor, the Archdemon flew off as soon as you disappeared. The Venatori Magister is unconscious but alive. Cullen thought you might wish to deal with him yourself. As for the Wardens, those who weren't corrupted helped us fight the demons. We stand ready to help make up for Clorel's tragic mistake. Where is Stroud?
He died for you to see. He died a hero. Dead. He died a hero.
Warden Stroud died, striking a blow against the servant of the Blight. We will honor his sacrifice, and remember how he exemplified the ideals of the Grey Wardens, even as Corypheus and his servants tried to destroy you all from within.
Inquisitor, we have no one left of any significant rank. What do we do now?
Get out of Orlais. The Wardens are banished from Orlais. They do not help the Inquisition. Why would you do that? Oh, the Grey Wardens help the Inquisition. They may be vulnerable to corruption. Ooh, that is such an interesting... That's such an interesting way to go about it. This decision probably doesn't mean that much, maybe, but it feels significant. Whoa. That's a big thing. That's a big thing. The problem is, though, didn't we just do what we needed to do to make them being corrupted harder to do? Because these are the Wardens who were never corrupted, you know, because that's what we were talking about. We're referring to the Wardens who weren't corrupted. People are mad about them. This is a big decision. Interesting. I'm very curious about... You're right. Grievous still can influence them. I don't know, man. It's like, do we take the help? Especially because if there's an archdemon, then we need a Grey Warden to do it. But if we choose to not have them, then we have limited choices for who can, you know, expel him, you know? But we still have Blackwall, and as long as Blackwall was recruited, then we could just sacrifice him. I mean, I'm a Grey Warden lover, though. I started this series as a Grey Warden. They're one of my favorite factions in this series. So, like, I don't know. I don't know. Help the Inquisition or get out of Orlais. I am leaning towards saying yes. That they can... I'm leaning towards saying yes and they can stay. Mostly just because, yeah, they can be corrupted, but like high key, so can the mages, you know? Like we accepted the mages already too. So to abandon the Grey Wardens and banish them, you know, to banish the Grey Wardens for what also could happen with the mages just feels wrong. You know, like if I took the Templar route instead of the mages route, banishing these guys makes more sense because, but the thing is, the Templars can also be corrupted as well. I'll see every Dragon Age game leads us further and further from liking Wardens. It only hangs because we played as a Warden in Dragon Age Origins, but we were literally just two dudes trying our best. I mean, I don't feel like 2 made me dislike the Grey Wardens. You know, I mean, Carver was kind of a jerk, but like, I didn't hate the Grey Wardens because of the second game, you know? And this game, I still feel like I dislike Templars more than I dislike Grey Wardens. And again, the Grey Wardens, a lot of this was born out of wanting to help people, wanting to save the world. You know, they were manipulated and controlled, you know, and betrayed flat out. You know, I still don't feel like I was given a reason to hate the Grey Wardens in this game. That doesn't feel like that to me. Nah, I'm he was a jerk before he was a warden. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, Templars are definitely worse than wardens. You know, I think I think I'm just gonna help him. I'm gonna help him. I just don't see a reason to not help them. I just don't see it. I'm trying to imagine a perspective. I'm trying to imagine perspective. I just can't. I can't imagine a scenario realistically why it would not be worth the risk. Let's have them help the Inquisition.
You stay and do whatever you can to help.
Cassandra, she loves me. It doesn't matter.
Died for the ideals of the Wardens. In war, victory. And we are still at war. Do you believe the Wardens can still help?
I do, your worship.
You're still vulnerable to Corypheus, and possibly his Venatori. But there are plenty of demons that need killing.
Whatever, Solus. I do not care, bro. You don't get your egghead out of my face.
Best they not get caught off guard.
Thank you, your worship. We will not fail you.
With all the people that approved, all the people, if I pick the opposite option, more people would have disapproved.
It's been an honor. And take care of Varric for me.
No, Hawk. I do not care if Solus is big freaking mad, bro. I honestly don't care. He can get his boiled egg self out of my face, man. I do not care. If he's too short-sighted to see why that we need them, then he shouldn't be in any kind of position of power to make decisions in the first place, which he's not.
As for the Grey Wardens, they are fighting demons and Red Templars while staying clear of Venatori. You dealt Corypheus a significant blow, Inquisitor.
It wasn't just me. Let's capitalize on this.
The Grey Wardens carry respect in other nations. If we spread the word that the Inquisition has their support...
We may gain standing with nations that have suffered under the Blight. I will take the matter to Josephine. You took an army from Corypheus, but that will matter little if Orlais falls into chaos. All arrangements have been made for the ball in Halam Shiral. Let us know when you are ready to proceed.
What are our plans there?
Remind me what we know about the plot against Selene.
The Venatori are planning some kind of attack on the Imperial Court. Corypheus may even be fueling the conflict between the Empress and her cousin, Grand Duke Gaspard. If we warn Selene, she may prove a most valuable ally against Corypheus.
Short-sighted shouldn't be the word I say. Let me say he's not short-sighted, but narrow-minded. You know, and I understand the idea that, oh, he's thinking things through. Solus, you know, he's thinking so far ahead and all this stuff, you know, but again, Solus is the type of dude who he's set in his way. If he has an idea or perspective on something, that is fact to him. It just is, you know, and regardless of whatever he's right and wrong about, he will always stand by what he thinks above what anybody else thinks. And the thing is, this is also why I don't trust Solus at all. Despite really liking his character, and I think he's really interesting, I do not trust Solus at all, because it always feels like, because it's his way or the highway, you know, that is the guy who is sorry to bring up Star Wars again, but like, you know, only the Sith deal in absolutes, you know. And I feel like these people who are absolute minded and stuff like that, they're the ones who betray you and everything like that, and they'll use the excuse that, you know, that they're doing it for the greater good, or I'm the only one who understood what I understand what's coming, and I have to do what I can to stop it, you know. Like that people with those kind of mindsets, that's just who he is. That's just who he is, you know. And it's hard to go against him. It's kind of like I saw someone say that, but it's almost like how Morrigan was like in the first game. She had her perspective. That was her perspective. It's just there was no really making her change her mind. If you ever, and Meredith too, you know, if you helped out people and with Morgan in your party, you're just getting disapproval. You're just getting it, you know, because, oh, we have, like, say, for example, we have such limited food. Why are you giving food to these helpless people and their children when we could be using that? And she'll give you disapproval for something like that. Maybe. So it's like, what are we doing, man? Sometimes you just got to say, bump what you think. I'm the leader. You know, I am the leader. This is why you're not the leader. Solus, I'm sorry. That's why you're not the leader. But that's also why you're probably going to betray me in the end. But look, if that just happens, I'm going to be honest. I hate to take down a friend. Revenge of the Sith is one of my favorite movies. But we're going to have to do what we got to do, man. That's how it happens. I was always arguing with Solus when romancing him. It was probably kind of like a Fenris thing. Me and Fenris did not see eye to eye at all. But it still happened, man. Opposites attract. So, oh, man. I'm so mad that Isabella's just not here, man. I bet you she would have been willing to join the Inquisition. Or at least we would have seen her already. Yeah, you can just throw some gifts at her like they never did that joint again, though. They know how broken that was. They never did DLC like that again, man. Or like the DLC item that literally revives everybody just from using it whenever you want. They ain't never making DLC like that again, man. Never doing that joint again. If we warn Celine, she may prove a valuable ally. I have things to do first.
I'll go as soon as I am able.
Good. Cullen, Josephine, and I will discuss the best way to gain an audience with the Empress. Speak with us when you are ready.
Yeah, Meryl is also like that a lot.
What was she like? Divine Justinia, or her soul, or the spirit that took her form. I read your report. I know it isn't clear, but...
She was at peace.
She seemed calm, serene even, and she guided us the whole way through.
That does sound like her.
She did ask me to tell you something, though. She said, I'm sorry. I failed you too.
Oh.
Dang, don't show me Liliana crying, bro.
Finish this before it slips my mind. Perhaps later we might discuss the matter further. Thank you.
So tiny. Dang. Love you, Liliana. I do. Dang. Dang. I feel like Morgan was written too much as a foil to Alistair. It would have been better, in my opinion, to have her more pragmatic, at least not dang who you side with, just as long as you get your troops. She did feel like that in some regard, but I do just like a mean girl, so I'll allow it, kind of thing. So yeah, but I can see people being frustrated with characters like Morgan. You know, I do kind of want to talk to Solus about what happened, though.
I cannot believe the Grey Wardens could even conceive of such a plan. To seek out these old gods deliberately in some bizarre attempt to preempt the Blight.
And calling the army of demons. That's my favorite part.
The demons are nothing. They're a tool.
A tool that would have let Corypheus ride roughshod over most of Orlais.
Even if they hadn't, the entire idea is wrong. The Blight is not something one smugly outsmarts. Forgive me. The entire idea is unnerving. What can I do for you?
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Where's my thing? There's a multiplayer you can unlock Isabella as a playable character, and she has banter while in multiplayer talking about her friends in Kirkwall. That's kind of cool. I like that a lot. Solus needs a hug. He'll be alright. So will I die if I jump from here? Oh, that hurt my stomach. I'm scared of heights in video games for some reason. Okay. I am over halfway there. So let us take a good look at this. I think it's time we get the frost one. I think it's time we get the frost one. I think I'm gonna get rid of the fire one. Thing is, the fire one is pretty strong though. Yeah, it's all your abilities have no cooldown. You have to pick. I actually might get rid of this Mark of the Rift for now. You know, I just feel like I'll be okay without it, even though it's really good. Check out Solus Wall. What do you mean? I need to get rid of some stuff in my inventory. Sell all. Seems like it's just based on your focus. I actually want to talk to Cassandra real quick. Yes, we did. We did end up romancing Cassandra. Oh, a cutscene. Oh,
Writing
shoot.
does not come naturally to me, as I'm certain you can imagine.
Love poetry, I assume.
Let me guess, you're composing a love poem.
Her little smirk.
I couldn't, not even if my life depended on it.
It's not that hard.
Yes, it is. Poetry takes finesse. It takes grace.
Do you think you don't have those things?
Come on.
Historians will one day ask what happened at Adamant Fortress in the Fade. I wasn't there, but others were. Their accounts must be recorded.
Dang, she said she wasn't there. Man, I'm sorry. I wish you were there. Oh, man. That could be used against us. The accounts must be recorded. That's a good idea. I don't care about historians. Just be careful. That's a good idea.
That's an excellent idea, Cassandra.
I certainly thought so, until I started writing.
Because it was just such a stacked slot, man. I wanted to. I really did. But like Blackwall, he's a Grey Warden. I felt like it would have mattered if he was there.
The spirit of the divine. The Chantry teaches us that the souls of the dead pass through the Fade, so it could have been her. Yet even so.
Spirit, nothing more. I believe it was her. You think it's possible?
Do you really think it might have been her? A ghost?
A ghost. A remnant of her hopes and memories. Her lingering will to do good. Those things are all possible. Nobody knows for certain what happens after we die. A spirit could have assumed her form, but why? It helped you, as Justinia herself would have.
Dang. Maybe it doesn't matter. I believe it was her. We were missing Cassie Josie. We did Cassandra. Oh, my tab just crashed, it says. Interesting. I love that for me. I love that for me. I was wondering why you were so quiet, and I realized I accidentally paused the stream a while back. Dang, yeah, that'll make sense. I'm not too surprised the fade segment happened. I didn't think it would happen here because we already had it happen during like the other route, one of the earlier routes and stuff. I guess there was like a fade like segment. So it surprised me in that capacity, but every game has had a fade segment. So like, you okay, homie? Love that for me is what I usually say when I'm on my last show. Yeah. Yeah, I'm all good though. I kind of want to say maybe it doesn't matter. I believe it was her.
I believe it was the Divine. She helped us one last time.
I hope that's true. I want to believe it. When they told me you were physically in the Fade, I was terrified for you. The last time such a thing happened, we created Darkspawn. We created Corypheus. The world needs to know the truth this time. No more legends lost to the ages.
Dang, it ends like that, bro? Come on. There's no smooch or nothing, bro. Dang. Go back. You got something else to say? If you hear me say it, I'm about to crash out.
You are quite distracting, you know.
I was hoping we could spend some time together.
With you? Always.
Like he has to like kind of crouch down a little bit. Yes, sir. By the way, for those curious, when we did the thing that that picked the romance and the scene that obviously followed, it actually didn't get demonetized. I'm really shocked that it didn't. I think for things like that, my channel is honestly in the clear for a lot of times, because there is numerous moments in The Witcher 3 where I didn't like censor or anything like that, and it was fine. It didn't get demonetized somehow. Other people, they have a way bigger problem with that kind of thing. For me, my channel, like the algorithm or whatever, the AI, it doesn't like swears. Usually certain swears they really don't like. In The Witcher 3, there was in like a 3-hour-long episode, there was one specific word an NPC said, and I couldn't figure out why I was getting demonetized, because I was like, dude, there's no bad segment in this game. It was one cutscene from one specific background character that it was saying. I found out it was that exact second that it was demonetized, and I was like, why? And once I cut that specific or censored that one word, boom, it was fine. It was fine. I couldn't believe that, dude. I couldn't believe that. Did you get demonetized when you did Awakening and met the mother? No, I didn't. That's shocking, right? Like that's kind of shocking that I didn't, you know, because I even started purposely leaving some stuff in just to see, and it was fine. Don't know why, but I haven't talked to Colin yet today. Just absolutely loud and obvious. Maybe I should.
You got your wish, sort of.
Sometimes people like YouTube doesn't like the censor beeps either. I've noticed that some YouTubers use like unique censor type sounds and stuff like that, and you think it's just because they want to be.
Is a hall worthy of the Inquisition?
Oh shoot! I guess it's a little bit better now. Well, I kind of want to go see Solus. I don't have a moment, unfortunately, for you. I don't. Not quite yet. Let me talk to Solus real quick. Someone said he's making me a mural. Dang. Oh, the SpongeBob dolphin sound. I kind of, if I did, I kind of would just do like a menu cursor sound from a video game or something. So he's painting this mural, but I can't really tell what he's... Can I talk to him about it? Or maybe I gotta climb up this. This is Liliana. As per your request, I've made a thorough examination of the fresco adorning the rotunda. I first attempted to clarify his intent with Monsieur Solus. Forgive me, I know that he is not titled within the structure of the Inquisition. But the more I learn of his experience, the more awkward I feel not using a formal honorific. On the mural, all Monsieur would say is Skyhold is his fortress, meaning, of course, the Inquisitor. These are his actions. He is, of course, correct. The subject of each edition is self-evident. On the medium and method, it is elven fresco, pigment and plaster, and it is grand. I have rarely been privileged to observe such skill as it applies. It is considered with the long periods of study before the image emerges, whole cloth with certainty. It speaks on how I imagine elves view the world and their measured nature of their and the measured nature of their step. I should expect such competence from Monsieur, given his probable years of study, but it is still an amazing work, demonstrating an art with the few living practitioners, even among the Dalish. Archivist Bannon. So does he have where I picked the Grey Wardens? That's the thing happening. That's that. No idea what that is. Looks nice though. Yeah, I want to play the Witcher 1 remake.
I wish to discuss, Inquisitor.
All right.
My Lord Inquisitor, it's good of you to speak with me. I have news regarding one of your companions, the Tevinter.
What has he done?
Has Dorian done something wrong?
No, thankfully. It's nothing like that. I have been in contact with his family. House Pavas out of Carenas. Are you familiar with them?
They're not on good terms.
He's mentioned his family. They don't appear to be on good terms.
Yes. I believe you're correct. The family sent a letter describing the estrangement from their son and pleading for my aid. They've asked to arrange a meeting quietly without telling him. They fear it's the only way he'll come. Since you seem to be on good terms with the young man, I'd hoped...
What kind of meeting?
What kind of meeting do they have in mind?
I believe they just want to talk, to understand why Dorian felt he had to come here.
Based on what I know, that doesn't make sense.
But not in Tevinter. You make them nervous, I think. They don't understand why he's here with the Inquisition. They want him to come home.
He's a grown man. And if he doesn't agree?
What happens if Dorian doesn't agree?
Hopefully that will be the end of it. If not, well, that's why you should be there.
Why would they contact you?
Why would his family contact you?
Because they don't know you, Inquisitor. I am not of the Imperial Chantry, but they know what I represent. These are parents concerned about the welfare of their son. How could I not do whatever possible? I would speak to the young man myself, but he does not care for me. Thus I come to you. If any good can come of this, we must try.
They don't want Dorian to know?
They think he won't.
They believe the young man would refuse, and the letter implies he'd have cause. Yet, they are remorseful for whatever came before. This is a chance for dialogue. There is deceit in bringing the young man to this meeting without his foreknowledge, I know. But does it not lead to a greater kindness if there is potential for reconciliation?
Are you sure this isn't some kind of trap? I mean, the secrecy.
That did occur to me. What if it is a plot of those mages, the Venatori? Another reason to put this in your hands, Inquisitor.
I don't know if I want to do this.
Isn't the case, but if it is, you are far better equipped than I to respond to such treachery.
I'll see what I can do.
Bless you, Inquisitor. The family will send a retainer to meet the young man at the Red Cliff Tavern, to take him onward. If he truly does not wish this reunion, he can always end the matter there. I shall pray for your success, and the young man's happiness. That's all we can hope for, is it not?
Your Reverence, I understand that you feel inadequate to the task of bringing Dorian to a secret meeting. Even in the asking, I find it difficult to believe myself. Considering my son has rebuffed all contact, this is the only way. I know him. He would be too proud to come if he knew, even just to talk. That is all we wish to do. The thought of Dorian in the south placing himself in the path of such danger alarms us more than I can express. If this somehow succeeds, we have a family retainer at the Vandrel Hills watching for Dorian's arrival. He will bring the boy to us, somewhere private. If Dorian utterly refuses to go with him, it ends there. And there is nothing we could do. We are at our wits' end. Optional, speak to Dorian about the letter. Well, I was going to do that anyway. Stop doing that. This way. Dorian. He was walking right around here before. Okay, he's right here now.
You have remarkably little here on early to Tevinter history. All these gifts to the Inquisition, and the best they can do is the Malefica Imperio. Trite propaganda. But if you want 20 volumes on whether Divine Galatea took a shit on Sunday, this is evidently the place to find it.
Such a critic. What are you looking for? Not to your standards?
I see. My library isn't up to your exacting standards.
It's alarmingly chaotic. I found a copy of the Oribalian in what seemed to be the Antivan Classics section.
How scandalous. Someone alert the Magisterium.
You laugh, but in some places there are punishments for that. Did I see something by Genitivi here? I could have sworn.
What is this about, Dorian?
When everyone returned, they told us about your tumble into the Abyssal Rift. You went into the Fade. Physically went in. Are you... all right?
We lost Stroud.
Stroud is gone.
The Fade is an ordeal under normal circumstances. To be the only real thing there, beyond description. That you made it out at all is a miracle. You do realize this feat hasn't been performed in over 1,000 years. Corypheus and his contemporaries entered the Fade and began the Blights. In comparison,
I was lucky.
You're right. I was fortunate.
Indeed. Although there is cause for concern.
Like anyone cares.
Others will try to follow. Who knows what secrets Corypheus has revealed? Not all of them will be as lucky as you. What they could unleash. My advice? Keep this quiet. Let them speculate. Too many will see this as a challenge.
That's a good idea.
There are enough idiots in the world who think if they just use enough blood magic, their problems will vanish. It's exactly the sort of thing I want to stop back home. This I don't need. What I do need is a copy of the Liberalum. I'll wager I can find Corypheus's real name. If I can prove he was a grasping ankle-biter with no family to speak of, the luster would come right on.
No, Corypheus had a wife. That's what the note said.
The Inquisitor's work is never done, I see.
Your father sent a letter. Hold up. F5.
Dorian, there's a letter you need to see.
A letter? Is it a naughty letter? A humorous proposal from some Antivan dowager?
Not quite. It's from your father.
From my father. I see. And what does Magister Hallward want, pray tell?
A meeting.
Show me this letter. I know my son? What my father knows of me would barely fill a thimble. This is so typical. I'm willing to bet this retainer is a henchman, hired to knock me on the head and drag me back to Tevinter.
You think your father would actually do that?
No, although I wouldn't put it past him. Let's go. Let's meet this so-called family retainer. If it's a trap, we escape and kill everyone. You're good at that. If it's not, I send the man back to my father with a message that he can stick his alarm in his wit's end.
There seems to be bad blood between you and your family.
Interesting turn of phrase. But you're correct. They don't care for my choices, nor I for theirs.
Because you wouldn't get married? Because you left?
That too.
Let's go meet this retainer then.
I wonder how much my father paid this man to wait around just in case I showed. We'll find out soon enough.
The Golden Lantern in Redcliffe. Travel. Dorian. Sandra. Solas. I think everybody's got some good stuff except for Dorian actually has the good stuff. No. Oh, I have Dorian and Solus here with me. That's okay. 2 range and 2 melee fighters isn't bad.
We should search the area.
Dorian. Revival. I feel like you need it less. Haste. Yeah. Dude, simulacrum, that's kind of nuts. That's kind of nuts. Sandra, you have enough of your other thing here. You already have this. I'm going to take that from you. And what about the Templar build? You didn't open the locked door. Wait, what are you talking about? I have no idea what you're referring to. Nail strike. You need the firestorm. Yeah, we need that. We need that. So Winter's Grass is 8 seconds, 15 seconds, 16 seconds. We need something quick. 8 seconds. I feel like he's not using Fade Step much. I would like to use Fade Step, but I don't know if he's actually using that. Oh, this is a focus move. I don't like that very much. Well, we don't need 2 people with Dispel, right? I should be okay without it. Yes, I did get Deft Hands. Should I teleport back to the sky hold. Oh, no, the door's here. I remember. Yeah, there were doors we couldn't open here, but we do have it now. F5, what time to be alive? I do remember that now. Thank you for reminding me of that. Prescription ale. Bianca grip. Okay, I think there's another locked door on the right side of the map here. Yeah, right over here. I remember. Up this way. No, it's this. This isn't even the same door. It might be the same place. Oh, yeah, it is the same place there. Don't take everything. See, okay. I don't know if I can actually do the exploit.
Perhaps we should search about a bit.
Because I think my mod is messing up. Because it's making me auto take everything from the chest. Like I don't, like as soon as I click it, it auto takes everything. It's been messing up for a bit. It wasn't always like that. There's definitely been happening. Sabrina, thanks for subscribing. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Oh, it didn't happen. So I don't take everything from it. I'll take this. And then don't. Now it happened. Whatever. A fade touch item inside, or maybe it's a different place.
And how much did you need?
May you be with you.
Let's see.
Thank you.
Maybe it's inside this one. Valerium, yeah, I know what that is. F5. Oh, there's fade touch right there. Should I take this? I'm away here. Should I be taking this? I have 5 right before it. Take only the fade touch thing. Got it. Okay, then save and load again. Okay, well, we'll save and then we'll load again. I have a mod that gets rid of a lot of bugs, so I'm sure some exploit stuff might not work as much. No. Well, hold up. I could go like this. It definitely wasn't there, by the way. Yeah, it's not there. Yeah, it could be because I have a mod that like fixes a lot of bugs in the game and stuff. So like some exploits and stuff might not work the way it normally would.
Right. That's why.
Which is fine, I guess. That's a neat way to grind that, though. They also might have patched it out. I don't know. You guys will know more than I would, though. Because some of y'all been playing this game for a long time. They didn't. I still used it. Interesting. I think it's just my bug fixes mod. It makes the most sense for that to be the case.
Uh-oh, nobody's here. This doesn't bode well.
Dorian.
Father. So the whole story about the family retainer was just, what? A smokescreen?
Then you were told. I apologize for the deception, Inquisitor. I never intended for you to be involved.
Of course not. Magister Parvus couldn't come to Skyhold and be seen with the dread Inquisitor. What would people think? What is this exactly, Father? Ambush? Kidnapping? Warm family reunion?
This is how it has always been.
He has a right to be angry.
Considering you lied to get him here, Dorian has every right to be furious.
You don't know the half of it. But maybe you should.
Dorian, there's no need to.
I prefer the company of men. My father disapproves.
Was an issue.
That's a big concern in Tevinter, then?
Only if you're trying to live up to an impossible standard. Every Tevinter family is intermarrying to distill the perfect mage, perfect body, perfect mind, the perfect leader. It means every perceived flaw, every aberration is deviant and shameful. It must be hidden.
I'll need you to explain that.
Did
Buddy.
I stutter? Men and the company thereof as in sex. Surely you've heard of it.
I've done it. I had no idea. No women at all. What are these options, bruh? What is this? I wish I didn't even ask that. You don't got to pick every dialogue option just to clear the dialogue tree, bruh. You don't have to do that. Like, I had a suspicion. What the frick does that mean? What does that mean? Spare me the details. Why would you say that? No women at all? What the frick do you think? I've done it. That's not true. I had no idea. You're a liar. You know, like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? What are these options, bro? And Dragon Age and Mass Effect both do this sometimes, where they have you ask these stupid behind questions with just a bunch of stupid behind options. Like, what are we doing here? You control the buttons you press, I know, but why is it even there, bro? Whatever. Why? Hold up. But why are we acting like this wasn't in Dragon Age already? The first game let you do that. You know, I just really hate stupid dialogue options. Like, I know what the option means. I just think it's stupid and a weird thing to say to someone. I had a suspicion. How would you feel if someone says that to you? It's like, even if they don't mean it in a harmful way, what does that mean? You know? I don't know. It just feels weird to me. Like, I don't think any of these. We're so clueless. What's gay people? Never heard of them before. Never heard of that before. Never heard of it. Like, okay. I had no idea.
I just didn't expect that.
Well, it's not as if I introduced myself that way. Hello, my name is Dorian. I like men. Maybe I should start. Some days it seems that's all anyone cares about.
This display is uncalled for.
No, it is called for. You called for it by luring me here.
This is not what I wanted.
I'm never what you wanted, Father. Or had you forgotten?
So that's what all this is about? Who you sleep with?
That's not all it's about.
Dorian, please. If you'll only listen to me.
Why? So you can spout more convenient lies? He taught me to hate blood magic. The resort of the weak mind. Those are his words. But what was the first thing you did when your precious heir refused to play pretend for the rest of his life? You tried to change me.
I only wanted what was best for you.
You wanted the best for you. Your fucking legacy. Anything for that.
Voice actor's going crazy right now, man. Dang. You didn't let him speak. Don't leave it like this. I don't want any of these options. I want my stance to be known here. Like, there's people here who don't know who I am. Maybe it's your first stream with me. Maybe you weren't here in past streams of previous Dragon Age games or whatever. Maybe, I don't know. I don't expect you to watch every stream. I want my stance on this, or my perspective, to be illuminated, just so most people here already have an idea of what I'm going to say or how I feel, you know, especially if you've been here for a while. But I think this is really stupid. While I do understand that if this was me in the scenario in Dorian's place, I would actually hear him out, you know, because at the barest of minimum, you know, as somebody else who doesn't have the best relationship with his father for various reasons, I may not owe him that, but I want to hear what he's got to say. If anything, just to prepare a layup, you know, because if you speak a single word out of turn, then I'm on you like white on rice. Let's make that clear. So you better choose your words, and you better choose them wisely. So jumping off of that, I think it is not as hard as you think to be a parent. You don't have to love everything they do. You don't even always have to understand, because let's be honest, most parents don't, you know? And shout out to all the parents in the chat. I know there's quite a few of you from what you guys have let me know. So no disrespect to any parenting thing, especially with an ignorant man who doesn't actually have children. You know, I know I'm going to sound ignorant here, but man, oh man, it is not that hard. And the thing is, I'm not talking financial. I'm not talking any of this other stuff. It is not hard to emotionally be a parent. It is not, because at the end of the day, you don't have to understand. You don't always even have to support. But the biggest and most important thing about being a parent, and that will decide whether your kids will love you, whether you have a relationship with your grandkids, whether you'll be taken care of when you're older, all of that can be salvaged. All of that can be made just by you emotionally supporting your kid. Because again, you don't have to understand. You don't even have to agree, but it doesn't take much to just let your kid know, hey, I'm be honest, I don't get this stuff, man. I don't even really agree like that, but you're my freaking kid, man, and I'll always love you. You know, unless you slaughter our clan or something like that, and you know, you go and freaking gouge your mother's eyes out or something, unless you do something like that. But other than that, yeah, I mean, you're my kid. I'll love you. You know, that's my job. You know, my job isn't always to understand everything, you know, because I feel like growing up is kind of when you start to realize that not everybody needs to understand how you feel. Not everybody needs to agree with how you think. That's just life. You know, there's so many different ways of thinking and perspectives that's you just have to get used to that. It can suck, yeah, when it feels like nobody understands you, but realistically, people don't need to understand you in order to support you. You know, they don't need to necessarily agree with you in order to emotionally be there for you. You know, it's so dumb that this is hard for people to grasp. People are so blinded by physical aspects of people and things that they can't actually see what's standing in front of them. This isn't a disappointment. This is my child. You know, this isn't a perspective, a thought, a preference. This is my son. You know, like that's what matters most. And it's truly sad that some people don't understand this. Because again, quite frankly, I am not wasting my time trying to get every single person I know to understand me. I haven't talked about this on the channel, but and it's not necessarily in the same vein as what Dorian's going through, but about 2 years ago, I had a major argument with some very, very close friends of mine. People you might even know if you've been around the channel for long enough. I had a very big argument with them, and it was pretty bad. And quite frankly, I was the bad guy in that. I am man enough to admit that I was the bad guy in that scenario, you know. But I think being in the lane of the bad guy, I think if most people were to listen and see what happened that day, most of you would be against me. And I accept that. And I accepted it that same day because I was quick to acknowledge that what I did was wrong, or what I said was wrong. But I think why I was quick to do that was because, I'm gonna be honest, it hit me that not everybody needs to accept what you think or how you feel. They don't always need to agree. They don't always need to understand. And as soon as you can accept that, there is such an enormous weight lifted off your shoulder. Now I still had to deal with the grief of it because I dragged it out, and it was frustrating for a lot of people, you know, and it's something that's not so easily forgotten. Things are okay now because it's been a while, but as soon as something happens or a disagreement can pop up, it's remembered. It's in the forefront of their minds, and that's something I just have to live with because it's my own fault. You know, you can even ask them. They'll still agree that I was wrong, you know, but that's just how it is. And again, to anybody who feels this way about, you know, they're not accepted, or they're, you know, they should be ashamed of themselves, you know, or they need to go so far out of their way to change the mind and perspectives of everybody around you, I'm going to tell you right now, don't do that. It is not worth it. And I know maybe this is an irresponsible thing for me to say, but, and realistically, you don't have to listen to me. You don't. But I just want you to know that when you stop trying so hard to make everybody understand you and everybody share your mindset, not everybody needs to agree with you. Not everybody needs to understand. But as soon as you realize that, and just live for yourself, make your own decisions, be who you want to be, do what you got to do, and you will feel so much better. Do what you feel is right. You know, I just feel like that's a really important message to know, man. Like, come on. Again, if you care about somebody, regardless of whatever tagline you can put on them, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to just tell them I love you. It doesn't tell them, it shouldn't be that complicated. Man, I don't agree with this, or I don't really mess with that or understand it, but I mean, you're still my homie. I still love you. you know, like, or if his family, you know, again, it's the same thing. And I know I'm reiterating a lot here. I just feel like it's so important because it's something I personally struggled with for a very long time. I felt like if I had a perspective, everybody needed to understand my perspective. They needed to know where I was coming from. They needed to know why I thought that way, you know, and why what I'm thinking makes sense and is okay. That I needed everyone around me to be that way. You could even call it a serious character flaw, but that's just the case. But I do think in Dorian's situation here, I think he's cooking. But I also think that if he doesn't let his father speak here, I also think he'll walk away with regrets, you know, because at the end of the day, you giving him the opportunity to say something. It's not about making things right. It's about how you leaving things behind, because whatever, especially towards your parents, you know, your relationship with your parents isn't just your relationship. If you have a bad falling out with family, man, you're really affecting your own, you know, kids and stuff like that. Not everybody's gonna have kids and everything, of course, but like, I'll never forget being in like elementary school and there was like a grandparents day they did, you know, and everybody's like grandparents got to come to school with them and stuff like that, you know, and you got to talk about all the things you love about your grandparents and stuff. And I didn't have anybody that day, you know, not to put my own family stuff out there, but I didn't have the closest relationship with my own grandparents, you know, not that I didn't go to their house every once in a while, you know, but like I didn't have a close relationship with them, you know, and it was in that moment I felt that, you know, I truly understood that, again, the relationship you have with your parents will determine the relationship your kids will have with their grandparents, you know. That's why I just feel like, despite me agreeing with Dorian, I don't want Dorian to feel that I don't agree with him. Yo, Poppy, thanks for subscribing. I appreciate you. I don't want Dorian to leave here with regrets. You know, I feel like it's so easy to just like say, are we done here? Yeah, let's get out of here, or let's get you out of here and just leave. But I don't think anybody wants that, because it's not about forgiving his dad, you know, because the dad seems like he's done stuff that's just really messed up, and just he isn't really a guy you should look up to. But still, now KingdomAce, if they actually had an option for that right here, I would think that would be terrible, because the time and a place, you know, time and a place, you know, time and a place. Yeah. And again, like I try to say, like, there's just so, it doesn't take much to emotionally support people. You know, I don't need to understand. But at the end of the day, as long as you know I love you, that's such an easy thing to say. And I know certain things, you know, in today's day and age might be hard for some people to accept. You know, I'm not sitting here acting like that's not the case. It's easier to talk about than actually be about. I understand. But like, come on. I feel like loving those close to you shouldn't be that hard. And if it is, then I think that's more of an internal problem you have to work within yourself, you know. But I think this KingdomAce rant has gone on long enough, and I've seen a lot of you guys talking in the chat, and I really appreciate the kind words. Thank you. And you guys sharing your own experiences and stuff. But still, I know a lot of these are analogies and stuff like that, and not everything is as direct as they say, but still. Well, Dragon Age 2 had a big speech like this. I feel like, I guess it was about that time for this one. I don't even remember how it happened in Dragon Age 2. Dorian is most hurt because he had a fairly good relationship with his dad. He respects him, but dad thought he knew best for his son. I mean, that's just the kind of thing you have to like. I mean, that's a problem I feel like most parents probably like, it's a realization most parents probably go through. You know, when your kids are young and stuff like that, you feel like you know them just like uber well and stuff like that. But as they grow older, they start being different people, you know, because who they become is determined a lot by a parent's actions. But at the end of the day, when you send them out into the world and they interact with these other people and learn different things, they become different people than who they were. Of course, I feel like a foundation you instill in somebody, when you instill it when they're young, you know, they won't really depart from that kind of person. But like, people are like, I feel like what you keep around you is kind of what you'll become, you know. So like, realistically, people can just change, you know. People can just change. There's a lot of influences in the world that even the best and most, you know, tightly knit, socially acceptable people can change, you know, just from being around, you know, a different kind of influence for extended periods of time. But there is come time, you know, in a lot of parents' lives where they do just have to understand that this isn't the kid, you know, I used to know anymore. He's grown up into a man, you know, or a woman, you know. This person is different than how when I was originally raising them, and that's not always a bad thing. I know it might feel jarring or maybe even a little sad, but there comes a point where you do just have to accept them for who they are, you know, because at the end of the day, you still helped make this person, man. And if you, I mean, that's not always the case either. My family has a lot of adoptees in it as well, but like, you know what I mean? This is still the people who we've called family, you know? For sure, Hobbit. I wish the best for you with that too. I had a close relationship with my mother's family, but next to none with my father's family. A lot of gatekeeping, backstabbing on that side. Visited grandpa on his deathbed because I didn't want to regret not going. Very similar to mine, except I had a closer relationship. I think growing up, I have more memories of like going to my father's side of the family. But then maybe around the time I was 20 or 22 was when I really started becoming a lot closer with my mother's side. There was a time when I was a teenager when I was close with my mother's side of the family, but then we went like 8 years without really consistently talking like that. Like we still talk, but it wasn't consistent. But then now we talk to him all the time, and we just have such a strong relationship. And with my father's side, I mean, literally the last time I saw my father's side of the family, they slammed the door in my face, literally said, "Let's go talk outside." Walk outside, and I realized what's gonna happen. I turn around really quick, boom, door slams in my face. So yeah. Yeah. But again, at the end of the day, man, you like, I also visited my grandpa on his deathbed. You know, I mean, I was young, but my mom didn't have the greatest relationship with him either, and she still went too, and I'm betting it was for a similar reason. For sure, Callum. I needed that father figure as a kid, not when I'm almost 30. Yeah, I feel that. There's a lot that I'm lacking because, you know, my dad wasn't who I needed him to be, you know, and it sucks because I want to be something for someone, but you know, there's a lot of areas I lack because I didn't have that. But all I can really do now that I'm a grown man, I can't really rely on that as an excuse. There's too many ways you got to do what you got to do now, but that kind of thing you miss out on as a child will always affect you, you know? Really happy I came across your stream. Currently redownloading Dragon Age Inquisition again. Yo, we'd love to see that, Poppy. Thank you for joining in. You choose family, in my opinion. I have two friends that are thicker than blood. I agree. I totally agree. You know, like I think you can genuinely hold a friend closer than a brother at times, you know, realistically. Yeah, I'll try to bring Iron Bull around more. In Dorian's case, he's a very talented mage and had the backing of Alexius and was bred as a potential Archon. His dad thought he needed to get married to succeed. That's when I saw my father was when my little brother died. Still haven't seen him since. Rest in peace, man. I'm sorry for your loss. Grandma raised me. I had no parents since I was 9 years old, but I was fortunate to find two persons who were kind of who kind of were my friends' parents. They were 10, 12 years older than me, and I still call one of them dad. That's so nice. That is very nice. We'd love to hear that. Chosen family is family, for sure. 100%. Shout out to all the amazing grandparents who raised their children's children. 100%. Shout out to them. Cousin died just a couple of years ago when he was 41. My son just turned 17. Or his son just turned 17. Can't imagine what he's got to go through without his dad. Rest in peace. I'm sorry for your loss. My cousin died a few years ago. She was 39, and she left 2 kids. My other cousins, they were young too. Well, at this point, he was what, 16, and the other was 17. No, 15 and 17. Yeah, and I can't imagine. I mean, I saw what they were going through, but I like not living it myself. It sucked. I had a friend, her mom died of cancer when I was in high school, and I just remember seeing her. She was always this such loud and bubbly girl, but then when her mom died, like, she was never the same again after that, not from when I saw her. So it just really sucks to lose family. Sheesh. Shout out to Grandma Dorian. Up until high school, I lived 15 minutes from my mom's side of the family. I was always really close to my grandparents on that side, but my dad's side was 3 hours away. I only saw them a couple times a year. My dad's parents are gone now, but I still talk to my mom's parents at least 3 to 4 times a week. My mom and I talk on a couple times a week. That's good to hear too. I feel like a lot of people like start talking to family less when they move out, and I just don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like that. If you love people, you'll reach out. You know, I know I've talked about how I'm somebody who really sucks at reaching out and stuff like that, but still, you know, I still want to do what I can. You know, I want to be better. There's a desire to be better, you know. Of course, my brother was basically a kid when he passed at 21. He didn't leave any kids behind. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Reaching out has never been my strong suit, man. I gotta be better with it. I tell myself every day I'll be better with it. I've got to be. It's just tough when you got so much going on and you're always thinking about what's right in front of you. You don't think what's around you, you know? But this is also a video game. I don't know if I'm gonna be picking the right thing here. Just text your friends, bozo. Dude, it's not that easy, bro. They don't know. Don't leave it like this.
Don't leave it like this, Dorian. You'll never forgive yourself.
Tell me why you came.
If I knew, I would drive you to the Inquisition.
You didn't. I joined the Inquisition because it's the right thing to do. Once, I had a father who would have known that.
Once, I had a son who trusted me. A trust I betrayed. I only wanted to talk to him, to hear his voice again, to ask him to forgive me.
That was sweet. As long as Dorian knows he doesn't have to forgive him. But acknowledging that is probably the most important thing.
He says we're alike. Too much pride. Once I would have been overjoyed to hear him say that. Now I'm not certain. I don't know if I can forgive him.
He tried to change you.
Out of desperation. I wouldn't put on a show, marry the girl, keep everything unsavory, private and locked away. Selfish, I suppose. Not to want to spend my entire life screaming on the inside. He was going to do a blood ritual. Alter my mind. Make me acceptable.
That's kind of insane.
I left.
Would it have worked?
Can blood magic actually do that?
Maybe. It could also have left me a drooling vegetable. It crushed me to think he found that absurd risk preferable to scandal. Part of me has always hoped he didn't really want to go through with it. If he had, I can't even imagine the person I would be now. I wouldn't like that, Dorian.
Are you all right?
Are you all right?
No, not really. Thank you for bringing me out there. It wasn't what I expected, but it's something. Maker knows what you must think of me now, after that whole display.
You're brave. It was entertaining. You're trouble. You're brave.
I think you're very brave.
Brave?
It's not easy to abandon tradition and walk your own path.
At any rate, time to drink myself into a stupor. It's been that sort of day. Join me sometime, if you've a mind.
I don't know what you think you're doing.
I just shuddered from the peak, bro. Like, maybe it was a combination of like those final lines and like the music as well, and maybe it's because I have an air condition at 61 degrees blowing on me right now. It was a combination of all these things, I think, but like I literally shuddered. Sheesh, this game is writing, bro.
By a hen, evidently.
Don't play.
Oh, was she mad? Crap! I all I did was walk up. Crap! I didn't think that would interrupt the dialogue. I just walked up, man. Crap! They're talking and I just can't hear it. Oh, okay. I just could have did that. Yeah.
What's going on here?
It seems the revered mother is concerned about my undue influence over you.
It is just concern. Your worship, you must know how this looks.
You might need to spell it out, my dear.
This man is of Tevinter. His presence at your side, the rumors alone.
Because he's Tevinter.
What's wrong with him being from Tevinter, specifically?
I'm fully aware that not everyone from the Imperium is the same.
How kind of you to notice. Yet still you bow to the opinion of the masses.
The opinion of the masses is based on centuries of evidence. What would you have me tell them?
The truth?
The truth is I do not know you, and neither do they. Thus, these rumors will continue.
Having a brown woman say this is crazy to me, by the way. There's no need to worry.
There's no cause for concern, Your Reverence.
With all due respect, you underestimate the effect this man has on the people's good opinion.
Do the people know how he's helped the Inquisition?
See, I meant no disrespect, Inquisitor. Only to ask after this man's intentions. If you feel he is without ulterior motive, then I humbly beg forgiveness of you both.
Well, that's something.
That's the only problem I have with this. You look at this. Oh, dude, I'll hold up. A KingdomAce rant is coming. I feel it. I'm trying to stave it off. I think that's really stupid in the sense of like character. Like, I'm gonna be on. Oh, calm down. I was about to say something crazy. We're not there yet, guys. There might be too many new people watching me right now and be like, all right, let's get this guy out of here. You know, let me get out of here. Let me chill. I don't care if it's hundreds of years. I don't care if it's thousands of years. Realistically, you cannot push your ideals about a people onto a specific person. that's why I feel the Inquisitor was so easily able to shut her down, because all these people talking nonsense. Oh, he's got a Tevinter at his side. You know, what's that mean for the Inquisition? You know, are they infected? Are they a parasite? What are they really? What are their motivations really? I'm starting to question things because they have a Tevinter by their side. You can say all these different things, but at the end of the day, actions speak louder than words, because we're not talking about a people. If you like, you could be let me chill. Let me dip my toes in a little bit. You could have a white guy go into a really chaotic black neighborhood, for example. And if a person, or say a person, you know, from another country, you know, maybe they're from London, they could be from freaking Japan, I don't care. They come here and they go to this bad neighborhood and they haven't interacted with many black people before. They're going to see this and think, oh, this just must be what black people are like, you know? But you cannot use, yeah, I'm sorry. It's just an example. You cannot use something you cannot use a group of people's actions to blame and judge every single individual that you see. You know, I'm black, and this kind of thing affects me personally, because while we're talking about Tevinter and stuff here in the game, you know, that's a struggle that minorities all around, you know, especially in America, have to deal with all the time. You know, like I was in Japan, for example, and a lot of these people in Japan, ain't seen a black person before. I'm gonna be honest with you before. They ain't seen a black person before. The only black people they see is the token black guy in an anime, maybe, or if they're watching foreign films, like something like in the Americas and stuff. All they really see in black people is on the TV. You know, that's all they see. You know, so if I'm not acting in accordance to what they've seen on TV, then they're going to judge me based off of that specifically. They see this is how black people act. That's what they think is like that. Look, that doesn't mean anything, Hobbit. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. Like it doesn't mean anything. You know, because if you were to replace all of the examples that you picked that's happened throughout this series with real world counterparts, it would seem so much more pointed, because at the end of the day, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. And again, you can say that. A lot of people can think of like negatively of America, you know, but do not let the president of the United States make you judge, make you think that's all of what America is like. That's just, dude, Fox and Hounds, we are the same person. Somebody I used to get, dude, this is really embarrassing to say. They used to call me the whitest black guy, like in the whole school. They used to actually call me an Oreo too, because I was black on the outside, white on the inside. He looks like a black guy, but he acts like one of us, like the white people and stuff. Like the other, I'm going to tell you this too. This is a crazy thing. So I was walking home with this girl, you know, her and I, you know, it was very clearly we liked each other back then, you know. I lived really close to the school, so we were walking to my house, but she lived further away. But because her parents couldn't pick her up until a little bit later, she just wanted to walk home with me, and she just walked back up to the school and wait there till she got picked up. That's why she was with me that day. And she went and confessed to me while we were walking that she liked me. And I was getting ready to be like, yo, let's go. She likes me back, you know? But then she kept talking and it got so much worse. She said that, you know, I'm one of the good black people. You know, I'm not like the other black people in our class, because there's a difference between black people and the hard R. That's what I'm talking about. Because especially if you live in America, because I'm still shocked that happened to me. The thing is, it's because things like that, a lot of people, yeah, where I've lived, it's been a lot of white people, you know, and mostly because my parents didn't want me to grow up in the hood like they did, you know, so that we moved to somewhere that was, you know, less crime, but like there just happen to be a lot of white people. The problem I have with that mindset is that because a lot of these people have done these things or think this way, that means it is inherently okay for me to have that idea about them. That is not a good thing. It's not. I don't care what video game analogy you try to use. Tivinters did this, they did that, they thought that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because if you apply the exact same logic to real life, which is this is a real life issue, it's starting to not make as much sense, because it doesn't. Inherently, the foundation of the mindset is ridiculous. It's cruel. You know, it's just not, it's not okay. It's not morally sound. There's a lot of black people who commit crimes. That's just true. But at the end of the day, the fact that there are a lot of black people that commit crimes shouldn't mean it's okay to think that, oh, this black person I'm passing by might rob me. No, man, no. And again, I've lived that. I've had people, you know, readjust their bag or something like that, or you know, put their hand in their pocket when I pass by. Oh, I might try to pickpocket them. You know, I've had employees follow me around in the store, you know, subtly try to follow me around the store, make sure I'm not stealing nothing. You know, it's happened. And this isn't just a me thing. Most black people down here, and I bet you not even just black people. I'm only speaking for black people just because I know a lot of black people personally who've gone through this, but it just happens a lot here. You know, like, and a lot of people who aren't affected by these problems don't think they exist, you know, and that's why I completely understand Dorian's side here. You know, look at this. You can look at this. I still don't agree, Abed. I don't agree. You're saying your point is that there are plenty of reasons for people to be suspicious of a Tevinter mage being an advisor to the leader of the Inquisition. In my head, that still just equates that I was born in the exact same hospital as my mother. That town is known as a hood. So because I was growing up in a hood where a lot of crime, and you see that particular town on court shows, or if you watch a lot of those arrest documentaries and stuff like that, does that mean because there's a lot of crime in this place done by black people, does that mean it makes sense that everybody should be wary of me? Of course, that's why you always hear that, like, you're gonna set us back 30 years, you know? That's why that kind of the meme exists, because that's just how it is. We understand that, like, when something, say a big crime happened, some guy went and killed a family and it's on the news. While that is very unfortunate and sad, it is very also unfortunate that a lot of black people, when they see that on TV, they'll think, I really hope he wasn't black. And I know that sucks, but it is something you have to think about, because that if they are black, that will affect how people treat us for a while. Because if a lot of people are watching the news in our local news, you know, they will be like that. I've seen it happen. I've lived it, you know, and it's just, it does suck. It does suck. You know, it feels bad to be judged for something I had nothing to do with. It feels bad that just because there are a lot of people of my people who've done bad things, that all of us have to deal with this kind of treatment. Bro, I don't live nowhere near the people who've done these kind of things. I might not have even been born yet, and I still have to deal with this. And no, it doesn't make sense that people that they should feel this way around me. I've done nothing to make you feel like you need to be on guard around me. And I'm not saying that people should always lower their guard around anyone, especially women. Of course, that's not what I'm trying to say here. But I'm saying if you feel the need to put yourself on guard because of a certain ethnicity of somebody or a certain skin color a person is around you, I'm sorry, you are a racist. Racism comes in all kinds of shapes and sizes. It does. This isn't me calling anybody else in the chat racist, though. I don't want people to feel that way. It's not. I don't want people to feel that way. This isn't me talking about anybody in particular. I love each and every one of you. And Hobbit, I really don't want you to feel like I'm talking about you. I'm not. I promise you I'm not. I love you. But I am tackling the core of the thought process. This isn't me saying I don't understand their perspective. I understand why Mother Giselle there was saying what she's saying. These are tough times. It's troubled times. You know, it makes sense that she's going to question it. Keeping a Tevinter who we've long had problems with for all of these years so close to the man at the face of our rebellion, you know, having them so close, you know, or even romantically involved, is a very dangerous and risky thing. I'm not acting like I don't understand that. But again, at the same time, the core of the idea is still just a flawed mind state. You need to do the work to unlearn that racism you feel on guard around certain people. And yeah, and I want to bring that back to the story I was telling you. The thing is, the girl who liked me, who confessed to me at that moment, she did not view herself as racist. The real thing was, her parents were racist, and she said she liked me, but she couldn't date me because her parents are racist, you know? And again, this girl is saying she likes me and wants to date me, but in the same breath called the other black people in my class hard R's. And yeah, she used the full word, you know? So like, that's how I know it's a mental thing. In her head, she's not racist because the guy she likes is black. But when you have bad acting black people who always acting up, being loud in class, thinking everything's a joke, those are inwards. That is a racist mindset. And that, again, that's not something that just is inherited when you were born. That's something you were taught. That's something you learned from the things around you. That she doesn't even realize that her own parents, their perspectives warped her mind to not even be able to see what was wrong with what she was saying. You know, that's the problem I have with it. Yeah, I mean, there are people like that too. There is a difference between being racist and ignorant, you know? They often blend because sometimes racism is born through ignorance, you know, but these things can coexist, and sometimes they can stand apart because sometimes some people just ain't seen it. Like when I was in Japan, like I said, that there were people just taking pictures of us because not only is it rare to see a black guy in Japan, there were 3 of them, you know, standing all together at once. That joint is rare to see. So yeah, people took pictures, you know. That's not racism. That was ignorance. That was just ignorance. You know. No, I'm not saying that people need to accept, like I talked about before, you don't need people to accept you, you know. As long as they understand that regardless of whatever predisposition they have about Tevinter, Dorian, the mage, the Tevinter mage, has been doing what he can for the Inquisition. That is what needs to be said. Taking pictures and saying, it was insane. Yeah. I don't know, man. See, but this is what I love about Dragon Age. They inspire talks and conversations like this that I feel like is so important that a lot of people just don't want to have good faith discussions of it. And just to make people know, I'm not mad or frustrated in any way. I love this conversation. I love it, you know, because these are kind of topics that I usually shy away from in videos and stuff like that, because how I'm going to title that video. And if it makes sense, I didn't record this discussion. This is one of those things that if you're watching the VODs or watching it live, you just got to treat, you know, similar to Dragon Age 2, you know? Yeah. I like a white guy even though I'm not, so it's been a wild ride seeing people think I might share those views based on my appearance. Little do they know. my friend Jaden, you probably have seen him in the chat a few times and be in streams and videos in the past, but yeah, he's mixed and he's gone through that a lot, you know. He's gone through that a lot. I will admit I'm racist or whatever the right word is against Teventer, buddy. I'm just glad Teventer is not a real place. Yeah, no, for sure. I understand a lot of your perspectives. I don't want anybody to feel like I don't understand, because I do understand. I just think that, again, when you apply a lot of these analogies and these video game situations to real life, they were written to mirror real life. What we just talked about, that is exactly what they were talking about when in the boardroom when they're writing this. They absolutely were. There's no way you make something with this big of parallels and not have a real life counterpart have weight in this discussion. You know, that's just how it is. I was in a Discord group and this guy out of nowhere started to react with MK emoji every time there was a black person calling something, or just a pic of a black person somebody uses a meme. What is wrong with people? What did I do? You know, what did black people do, man? You could even say that there is something to be said, you know, with these kind of parallels, you know, like, I'm not saying that, again, this isn't a black people exclusive thing. This is just a difference thing, you know? Because again, this was a black woman saying this stuff right here in Dragon Age, you know? That's why I know it's not just a black people issue. This is, you know, a difference issue, you know? Obviously, again, there's enough reason to hate Teventer because, you know, they're okay with slavery, which obviously is a no bueno, you know? Yeah, that's a similar way to do it. Like, I'm trying not to be flagged by YouTube by saying certain names, but if you hated the the red, white, and blue government, you know, because of the higher ups there, that would make perfect sense to me. But if you were to start hating everybody who lives in the red, white, and blue country because of his decisions, that is not okay. Because I guarantee you that as somebody who lives here, a lot of people don't agree. But not trying to get into politics, as that is something I try not to talk about here. The only reason I'm bringing it up now is because this argument is inherently political, even within just the game. The red one, France. Yeah. Holland. Okay, maybe I should have been a little more specific. The star-spangled country. Yeah, the country with the star-spangled banner. Maybe I should say that. I forgot there were so many red, white, and blue countries. Oh man, that's funny, bro. Nah, shout out to France though, man. They made Expedition 33. They'll always be goats to me. Hey, I like Britain too, man. They made Doctor Who, so they're also okay in my book. Australia's not star-spangled though, are they? Let me just call them America. Yeah, I'm gonna say America instead. I'm trying not to flag the system, guys. Come on. Come on, man. America. I'm gonna say that instead. I'm not trying to say the actual word because they'll flag it. I'm telling you, that is the kind of thing they will flag. Because those of you who don't upload videos and stuff like that, or maybe not monetized, when you upload a video, that is part of what they have to say, and you have to agree to all these terms whenever you upload a video, that you don't talk about these things, or this video isn't about this, you know. And because you kind of, streams are different and you can't agree to that stuff before the stream, you know, it has to just assume that you checked everything off, and then it'll hit you with something if you went against it. So I'm like, freak. Guys, I have bills to pay. I have bills to pay. Are you all right?
She didn't get to you, did she?
No, it takes more to get to me than thinly veiled accusations.
You don't think she'll do anything?
How have we been live for this long?
Yours is the good opinion I care about, not hers. I should ask, do the rumors bother you?
Only on your behalf. There are always rumors, yes. Only on your behalf.
I wish they wouldn't disparage you. They don't know you.
They know you even less than they know me. Perhaps it's odd to say, but I think of you as a friend, Inquisitor. I have precious few friends. I didn't think to find one here. Don't speak. I detest confessions, and I'd like to get this over with. Allow me to say I'll stand beside you, against Corypheus, my countrymen, or spurious rumor, so long as you'll have me.
Dang, I wish we got to say something to him.
Here we are again.
That's enough, I guess. I don't think we have anything else to say.
I should go.
Try not to kill anyone without me.
Well, we're a little late in the stream to do the other story mission, I feel. Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts. That's definitely what we'll do next stream, though. For sure. Is there something else? Oh, we gotta go judge someone. I think we should go judge someone, I think. Let's go.
Here is the request, Harry.
I don't know who we're judging here.
I've stated as much.
Oh, crap. I didn't think I'd actually have to say something. Oh, please don't bring up the thing.
Inquisitor.
Okay.
I have been thinking.
Okay, that's fine.
You remember everything now, yes? The explosion at Haven, the Fade, escaping the breach. In your report, you said Justinia was with you. But only you emerged in the end. Why? Why were you the only survivor?
She saved me.
She knew it was either her or me. And she wanted me to live.
Of course. Of course she did. That's just like her. Her message to me. I failed you too. I'm not sure I understand what that means. Did she say anything else? Anything at all? Please, if you remember.
You don't understand? She's dead. Why dwell? I'm sorry, but no.
I'm sorry, Liliana. That was it.
There are no answers in the Fade. Only illusions. A warped mirror. Justinia has never failed me. I was her left hand. Now she's dead. I failed her.
That's not how she sees it. No, Liliana. Wait, where is she at? No. Oh, over here. What y'all got going? Okay.
I expected the hero Ferelden to be at Adamant, but he was not with the other wardens. He studied the Blight after killing the Archdemon, and may know something that could help us. If you like,
This is
I can
PC.
have agents look for him.
Good idea.
That sounds like a wise choice.
I'll make preparations in the war room. Now, was there anything else?
Carry on.
I'll leave you to your work.
Contact the hero for Ferelden. I'm telling you right now, bro. If they bring the hero for Ferelden into this game, bro, this might be the best game in the series. Yes, you missed all the Dorian. I'm sorry. Hold up, we got somebody to judge here.
Adamant's influence continues, your worship. I submit Lord Livius Erimond of Virantium, who remains loyal to Corypheus. We found him alive, offering extreme resistance, likely because the Order will ask for his head. In more colorful terms. To say nothing of justice you might personally require for what was suffered in the Fade.
Yeah, he might need to go. He might actually need to go, actually. 16 hours? What? I'm sorry, bro. No. Is it 16 game hours in the sense to where you have to be playing the game for the next 16 hours, or is it 16 real life hours? Like I can start the thing and then get off the game and come back 16 hours later and it's done. Like which is it? A grim and serious matter.
Many places felt the pain of adamant. You will answer for a great deal.
I recognize none of this proceeding. You have no authority to judge me.
On the contrary, many officials have communicated that they will defer to the Inquisitor on this matter.
Because they fear not just Corypheus, but to Venta,
Real life, okay, good.
rightful ruler of every piece of ground you trod in your pathetic life. I serve the living God. Bring down your blades and free me from the physical. Glory awaits me.
Give him to the wardens. He dies on my sword, jail him and lose the key. This is a tough one. What was this guy's name again? I honestly forgot. Well, I can't remember what his name was. But I know he did all that to the Grey Wardens. I think he might need to go. I think Araman. Yeah. I think he might need to go. I think he might need to go. I've spared everyone up to this point. The problem is I don't want to give him the satisfaction of it. You know, I don't want to give him the satisfaction of it. He wants to die. That's fine. We'll leave him in jail. You know, we'll leave him in jail. Oregano or something. I always want the Inquisition throne to be more impressive instead of just a spiky chair. Well, a Game of Thrones was going on at this time, so they wanted the spikiness. Well, what would your satisfaction be? What are you, some kind of good guy? That's how the mountain man sits on the toilet. You're right. I don't know. I mean, what he did was bad, but like, I'm not so mad that I'm like, oh, he needs to do this. I say jail him and throw away the key. I'm not going to give him the satisfaction, and everybody should be okay with him rotting away. I feel.
Since death is a validation for you, I will delay it. Lord Livius Aramond of Virantium, you'll spend the rest of your days in the deepest, darkest hole we can find.
We shall see which of us outlives our legacy, Inquisitor.
Yeah, soulless and cold, whatever, bro. Whatever, bro. Wait, there's another one? F5? There's another one. Who else gonna be here?
Another of the lingering pains of adamant, your worship. Sir Ruth is a senior warden of the order. She was one of the many who slit the throat of another to bind a demon. She does not contest this.
Who are you? I don't remember ever seeing you.
She surrendered to us. She requests no mercy. She wants the public justice of the headman's axe.
Of the mountain man's axe, you mean? I'm confused. You want to die?
You were free to rejoin your comrades, and yet you present yourself here.
There is no excuse for my actions. I murdered another of the Order. That blood marks me more than the Blight ever could.
Accepting their actions while thralls of Corypheus, many treaties allow wardens any extreme if it opposes the Blight.
I can't do it. I can't use the greater good to justify my crimes, as if it would create a future I could be a part of. It is wrong that this broke me. I've done worse with full sanction. I can do nothing except be an example of the cost. Andraste
forgives you. I public humiliation, then go to the deep roads, jail her, throw away the key. I won't judge a warden. Interesting. I'm gonna be honest, it's not really her fault that much. I mean, it is, but like, I appreciate her trying to own up to it. I appreciate her owning up to it, you know? But I don't think a Grey Warden should ever just be willing to let themselves be killed. I think that if this was me, I wouldn't have presented myself. I would have just went to the deep roads if I felt that bad about it. That's what I would have done. That's what I think. I think I'm gonna let her go. You could give her, for real, if she said no, the wardens would likely have killed her. What's the fifth option you don't see? I don't know. I don't want to send her to the deep roads. I don't. I feel like maybe you could get something out of it, but I don't want to do this. She wants to be humiliated. That's crazy. That is crazy. I'm just gonna use the I'm just gonna pull the Andraste card, as if you were a mage, I think. Okay, maybe I'm gonna pull the Andraste card. I mean, she doesn't want to do that, but these all people think I'm you know, Andraste's servant or whatever.
The Inquisition stands for faith. Our work has greater purpose. Sometimes we need a reminder. Sir Ruth, the Herald of Andraste forgives you in her name. Find peace in that.
Your worship, I will try.
Andraste, you see a lightning bolt outside. Never mind. Never mind. Andraste says to die. Andraste says to die. It's like, okay, never mind. Sheesh. Okay. What was that? Oh, okay. Never mind. She says you have to die. I'm sorry, but that's what they said. How much I can really do about it, though. Sorry about that. You understand. Surely you understand. Let's put some of this stuff away now, though. Put all that away. I'm gonna be honest, I'm just putting all this away. I'll look through it all later. For now, I'm gonna put it all away. Put all these two. Yeah, I think somebody told me something like that. I don't really know where my character falls. Right now, I've been mostly saying that he does believe. Like, he does believe. He might not be all like into it like some others, but he does believe. But yeah, I think I'm actually going to end this stream off here, though. I am kind of tired, and the stream is kind of going on a little long. I said for this series, I'm going to try to ease back on the super long streams. Don't want to run myself ragged. Plus, I want to get some other work done. I've been really making shorts and stuff lately, so I might go make some of those off stream. And we'll continue working on some videos. Expect a new video very soon. I would say expect a new video next week. A regular video. And it's going to be fun. I think it'll be one I'd really love you guys' support to have. You are faithful. Okay, good. Being a Redditor atheist in every fantasy game is fun, brother. All right, yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed and you haven't already, hit the like button for your boy. Leave a comment for the algorithm, especially if you're watching the VOD. It really does mean a lot. Again, if you guys could, I would always appreciate you guys checking out the newest video that I uploaded. It was about our conversation we had on stream about should every game have an easy mode. So you guys supporting that video, leaving it a like especially would really mean a ton to me. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. My name is KingdomAce. Remember, you guys, to play some games, have some fun, take care of yourselves. I will see you guys very, very soon.